That is the WHL radio show with John Keane. An outstanding episode. Really liked his chat there, talking about Victory Sports as well, because that is going to be a really cool opportunity for the Calgary Hitmen fans and really WHL fans as a whole to catch all the playoffs. As ideally we see this Hitmen team go on a deep run, and loved everything that we heard from Danny Rode on the Bob Ridley Award for Media Excellence winner, Greg Meacham. We'll get to the lines and scratches in just a little bit here, but the award ceremony is underway, and our dear friend Brad Curl is hosting it. Let's go ahead and check in to see what Brad Curl has to say and who won the awards for the Calgary Hitmen.
We want to thank for all your support in what has been an unforgettable season. In his fourth season with the Calgary Hitmen, this player continues to etch his name into the team's history books. Last year, he set a franchise record for most goals scored in a single season by a defenseman. This season, he has the record for most goals all time and sits third place on the Hitmen's all-time scoring list for a defenseman, ahead of Michael Stone. With 245 games played in a Calgary Hitmen sweater, his legacy will be cherished by Hitmen fans for years to come. The fan favorite award goes to number 26, Carter Yakemchuk.
Carter Yakemchuk, the fan favorite award, the 7th overall pick of the Senators last year. Jeff, thoughts on the season that we've seen from number 26? It hasn't been the offensive numbers that he had last year that saw him get drafted in the top 10, but still a clutch season.
Fan favorite because he gets the fans out of their seats every time he's got the puck. You never know what he's going to do. I think the fans really like watching him play.
Go back to Brad Curl down on ice level.
In his first year with the Hitmen, this player has shown exceptional dedication to both hockey and academics. He has shown he is a diligent worker on the ice and in the classroom and excels across all subjects. This player is a hardworking, respectful teammate and student. The Scholastic Player of the Year, presented by Leeswood Construction and Calgary International Hockey Academy, is number 39, Rylan Ing.
Great to see the Lethbridge native and the rookie get nominated as the Scholastic Player. He's had a great year on the ice as well and been a nice two-way player for this team.
And a reminder for the fans that he's 16, so he's in grade 11, so he's doing a lot of school work and playing hockey at this high level. That's quite an accomplishment for him.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch him kind of go through the motion and slowly be moved up the ranks. The Humanitarian Award,
encouraging both players and staff to leverage their platform to give back. This year, our partners at NMAX continue to help extend our reach through community moments powered by NMAX. Following in the footsteps of players like Riley Fiddler-Schultz and Ryan Getzlaff, this player is in his second season with the Carson's Crew program, inviting groups from kids up front to experience the game. As a Hockey Gives Blood ambassador, his goal is to raise awareness about the importance of blood donation, and has done so through a successful blood drive this season. Always the first to volunteer for community-driven initiatives, this player is a shining example of what it means to represent the Hitmen in the Calgary community. The Humanitarian of the Year award, powered by NMAX, goes to number 16, Carson Wedge.
Azam, you even went to one of these blood donation events.
I did. It was great. Carson Wedge, just a great humanitarian. Loved it. Even though when he saw me, even though we are in a professional business, came, sat down, thanked. Just super grateful human being to be around.
Yeah, it was quite a year to be drafted in the third round by the San Jose Sharks, to be named a captain at his age. As we hear about the Rookie of the Year.
NHL Prospects Draft, this player has become a mainstay on the back end. Appearing in 66 games in his rookie year, the defenseman has been relied upon to play in all situations. High hockey IQ, skill, and poise are all contributing factors to a successful first season in the WHL. The future is bright. The Rookie of the Year is number 7, Hunter Ora.
The future is bright for Hunter Ora, and maybe even this Hitmen team. You think about Axel Hertig, Carter Yakemchuk, Caleb Parker, maybe even Sawyer Minio as players that are going to move on after this year. But Hunter Ora, Jeff, a bright spot on this blue line.
Goals in back-to-back games. He's got 9 on the year. You mentioned those 4 NHL drafted players ahead of him. That's quite an accomplishment right there.
Yes, he's been outstanding
9
this
goals.
year.
3 disallowed goals, 2 are deflected goals here.
Top Defenseman Award.
Success this season. The winner of this award made an immediate impact in his first season in the WHL, both on and off the ice. A true defensive powerhouse, this player exemplifies what it means to be a shutdown defenseman and has become a nightmare for opposing teams. As the season comes to a close, he is set to finish with a plus-minus rating of above 30. The top defenseman award goes to number 6, Axel Hurtig.
The Flames prospect, big axe, Jeff. A little surprise there.
I know that coaches have loved him since day one. He's out there against the other team's top players. There's a little bit of offense there, but he's got better as the year has gone on. We're seeing a lot more physical play. Best yet to come in the playoffs, I think.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what he does as he kind of takes that next step, ideally playing with the Calgary Wranglers next year as a 7th-round pick of the Flames. Next up, we have the 3-Star Award.
League and the Calgary Hitmen. It includes ballots cast for all regular season games. This player was named the most amongst the 3 stars throughout the season, leading the team in trips to the top of the podium as the game's first star. His elite performance in his 2nd season with the Calgary Hitmen has made him one of the top players in the league in his NHL draft year. The 3-Star Award goes to number 11, Ben Kindle.
One of the top risers in NHL's central scouting rankings, and really just talking to some of the guys around scouting circles, Ben Kindle has really shot up the ranks here, Jeff.
3-Star Awards also includes road games. He's been great on the road.
Yeah.
He's been recognized on the road, and he's got a lot of those 3-Star Awards on the road.
2 points short of 100.
You're right.
See if he hits it tonight. And now we have the Coaches Award.
This award is based on leadership, attitude, effort, and performance, and this player embodies all 4 qualities. After being drafted to the NHL this past summer, this player has elevated his game, reaching the 30-goal mark for the first time in his career. Emerging as a leader this season, this player shows professionalism both on and off the ice and has been an instrumental part of the team's success this season. The Coaches Award goes to number 16, Carson Wedge.
Jeff, were you surprised when he was named the captain?
No. I had Adazinski and him as the 1-2. How about you?
I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have a ton of overagers on the team. Vidston was acquired after.
Right.
They weren't sure if they were going to get Yakemchuk back, but at the same time, a guy who had just been drafted to be named the captain, and he's held that role down so well for the entire course of this season. Next up, we have the Players' Choice Award.
A recipient who personifies what it means to be a Hitman player through commitment to their teammates and the game itself. This player provided veteran presence game over game and led by example on and off the ice. He has shown what it means to be a good teammate and always puts the team first. Not to mention, leads the team in block shots. The winner of the Players' Choice Award presented by RAM goes to number 17, David Adazinski.
Third-line center, doesn't always get the glory, but man, he has been gutsy all year long. What a year he has had.
This is one of my favorite awards because it's voted on by the players. They really tell you what happens on and off the ice, and boy, Adazinski, great honor for him today.
And of course, he has been wearing the A this season as well, which has been great to see for David Adazinski. Our final award here this year, or this evening, excuse me. It's been a long day on the radio.
Previous winners include Ryan
the Player of the
and
Year.
Martin Jones. In his 4th season with the Calgary Hitmen, this player has once again elevated his game as a dynamic two-way center. Reaching the 100-point mark for the first time in his career, this recipient has over 30 multi-point games this season. He's climbed the franchise record scoring lists and sits 5th all-time in both goals and points, leaving a legacy in the process. The Player of the Year, presented by Ed Williams Menswear, goes to number 37, Oliver Tulk.
One of the more recruited players in the entire CHL after the NCAA ruling. Oliver Tulk headed to the University of Wisconsin next year. 100 points, Jeff. He's having an outstanding year.
Leads the club when it's big games. He gets his big moments. He just does everything for the club to win. MVP, wow, great honor for Oliver Tulk. He really earned it this year. There were times the club was struggling, and he would come out with the next shift, right?
Yeah.
Been great. 100 points, too. Great milestone for him this year.
Yeah, and we have a couple of other announcements and honorary nods to give out this season. Of course, the Overage players are going to be given a hat tip here, but what a year for Daniel Hauser. We'll hear a little bit about his season as well.
Yeah, we're trying to get Brad Curl on, but they're recognizing the 3 Overagers. Some of the family is here, and billets are here as well for the 3 Overagers.
So the 3 Overagers this year, you have Daniel Hauser, the netminder, you have Caleb Parker, the defenseman and a prospect of the Minnesota Wild, and Connor Vidston, who talked about him. They acquired him right at the end of training camp, and he has been so good as the team's second-line center and just someone that they're going to rely on real heavily in the postseason. I think about Vidston when you got a game like this against the Medicine Hat Tigers, and there's a Gavin McKenna out there, and you're going to want Ben Kindle and Oliver Tulk to maybe drop in some points, but Vinston's the type of guy that's going to have to try and keep the puck out of your net against some of the elite talent that the rest of the CHL, and especially this Eastern Conference, presents.
Special moment on the ice, the three Overagers with their family and billet families. Of course, the Hausers are their the billets, right?
Yes, the Chestermere native, the WHL's all-time leader in wins with 123 victories over the course of his career. And how cool must it have been when he got that call that he was being acquired by the Calgary Hitmen? Like, the final piece of the puzzle almost type of idea to come over, join this team, solidify their goaltending, a group that had already been playing so well and maybe looked at the netminder position as one last that they needed a little bit of help. And then Caleb Parker, just such a good shutdown defenseman as well.
Parker's really surprised me because he played in the shadow of Denton Matejchuk last year.
Yes,
in
with the Moose Jaw Parker, with the Moose Jaw Warriors when they won.
Yeah. So he's come here, and there's a lot of shadows with Yakemchuk and Minio and Hurtig, and he's blended right in. He does a little bit of everything, right? He's going to be key come the playoffs.
Yeah, he's on their power play too. He's kind of been part of a shutdown pair with Axel Hurtig for a lot of this season, although they've kind of mixed up their pairings here in the last couple of weeks of the season too. And Daniel Hauser's going to remain out on the ice here as he's being honored with well, we'll see what he ends up getting here, boys, but rumor has it he's going to get quite the little trophy here as becoming the WHL's leader in all-time victories. 123 wins for Daniel Hauser in his WHL career.
The new commissioner, Dan Neer, is coming onto the ice surface right now carrying a goalie stick, but it's made of silver.
Yes.
You know?
Almost like you see the NHL players get after 1,000 games.
Yes.
Dan Neer is actually going to join us up here in the press box during the first intermission as well.
After the last home game, Hauser went into the net and cut a piece of the mesh out. Now he's got a silver goalie stick to commemorate as well.
Okay, here's the thing. Remember we talked about the bit of mesh net that he cut out? He should have got a big one because now you need a big frame to put the silver stick in, and the little piece of net is going to stand out. He should have got a lot more net.
Well, the story is Brad Curl went downstairs after the game. They were looking for that net. They couldn't find it.
Oh, it was gone.
But somebody took it off and was giving it to Daniel Hauser, so he does have the rest of the mesh.
He has the whole net.
He has the whole net now.
Yeah, originally the teammates wanted him to go cut the net. He wasn't going to, and they went and forced him to go cut the net, so that's probably why. He's like, oh yeah, I'll get the net afterwards, but his teammates were like, go cut that net.
I don't want to cut the net. I'm going to get the whole net, you guys. This is a keepsake for me. I'm going to have my kids shoot on this net one day, perhaps.
Now, Hauser got hurt in the first period in Red Deer last night. I'm told that if it was a playoff game, he would play today, but he's in his full uniform accepting these honors here at center ice.
Yeah, and he's skating.
Yes.
So that tells you the lower body injury is not too severe. But yes, it is going to be Anders Miller being backed up by the 16-year-old Eric Tu here for the season finale as they're really quickly moving through these WHL awards as we're getting closer to puck drop here.
Here's the thing, too. It's in a very important game, right?
It's a huge game.
So these
and
awards,
the Tigers are just waiting down the tunnel there, waiting to be almost welcomed out so that they can come out and get this game started. Like, I'm fascinated to just see how the start of this game goes.
I'm wondering how the ceremonies will affect maybe Calgary here because you're celebrating, but the season's technically not done. I don't remember a game at the end of the year meaning this much. Sometimes the last game of the year you have a team fighting for a playoff spot and something like that, which is very, very important.
Or maybe seeding, but never the top of the conference.
No. And it's been quite a weekend because Prince George hosted Victoria, and Victoria won the division championship by beating Prince George. They were tied going into the weekend. And then yesterday, Prince Albert beat Saskatoon to win the East Division title. And here today, the winner of this game gets the Central Division title. So this weekend has seen head-to-head matchups deciding who wins the division.
So they'll clean up the trophies and the carpet and everything from the awards ceremony. Great job by Brad Curl, I'm sure, but unfortunately couldn't get him on the mic there. Real quickly, boys, I'm going to run through the lines and scratches and then talk a couple other points here. But here's the Hitman lines for Paul McFarland. The top line remains the same. Ben Kindle centering Oliver Tulk and Tanner Howe. Howe, the Penguins prospect. Kindle, a top prospect for the upcoming NHL draft. And Oliver Tulk headed to the University of Wisconsin, the player of the year for the Calgary Hitmen. Connor Vinston, the overager, will be between the Okotoks native Ethan Moore and another top prospect for the NHL draft, Brandon Gorzinski, ranked 81st by NHL Central Scouting in their midterm rankings. David Adasinski, winner of the Players Award. He centers the third line. On his right, Carson Wetch. On his left, Carson Burney, the former Red Deer Rebel. The fourth line has Lucas Hansen in the middle of Rylan Ing and Ethan Murner. On the back end, Sawyer Minio and Caleb Parker are a pair. Minio, the third-round pick of the Canucks. Parker, a sixth-round pick of the Minnesota Wild. Axel Hurtig, the Flames prospect, gets paired with Carter Yakemchuk. A lot of size on that pair there. Then you got Dax Williams and Hunter Ora, the Rookie of the Year for the Calgary Hitmen on the back end. Anders Miller gets the start for the Calgary Hitmen. He is 12-3-0-2 on the year with a 2.25 goals against and a .912 save percentage. He has one shutout on the season. He'll be backed up by Eric Tu, who is the 16-year-old rookie. 7-5-2-1 on the year, 3.5 goals against, .877 save percentage, and one shutout on the season. Daniel Hauser is day-to-day with a lower body injury. Wyatt Pasarchuk, Chase Valiant, and Noah Kosick, the scratches. As for Willie Desjardins' Medicine Hat Tigers, the top line sees Gavin McKenna with Oasis Weisblad and Hunter St. Martin. St. Martin is a prospect of the Florida Panthers, drafted in the 6th round this past summer. Matthew Ward, Marcus Pacheco, and Ryder Ritchie are on the second line. Ritchie's a second-rounder of the Wild, born in Kelowna, BC. Misha Volotovsky, the Calgary native, is going to be between Caden McMahon and Ethan Newton. Then you have Schaefer Godon Carroll as your fourth-line center. He'll be between the Ruck twins, Marcus Ruck and Liam Ruck. On the back end, you have Tanner Molendijk, acquired from the Saskatoon Blades, a Predators second-rounder. He's with Veti Väisänen, the Finnish import. Jonas Wu, the younger brother of former Hitman Jet Wu, is going to be paired up with Bryce Pickford, who is the top-ranked prospect on this Medicine Hat Tigers team for the upcoming draft. Nilo-Pekka Muhonen and Josh Van Mulligan make up the third pair. Harrison Mennigan gets the start. He is a Lightning prospect. He is 22-10-1-1 on the year, 2.54 goals against, an .899 save percentage, and 3 shutouts along the way. Jordan Switzer backs him up. Tyson Moss, Carter Cunningham, Caden Lindstrom, and Andrew Basha are the scratches for the Tigers. We'll take one more break, and around the corner, we're going to get to Puck Drop Anthem coming up in mere moments here, as it's the Hitmen, it's the Tigers. It's for first place in the Eastern Conference, and it's coming at you next, right here on your home for Hitmen hockey. This is Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Guys, she's coming.
Thank you. Just getting into the anthem here.
Celebratory bubbles, paired perfectly with drink scents. Keep alcohol enjoyable with moderation at drinksense-tips.ca.
Here at Home Hardware's Bring Beauty Tone Home Reno sale, everyone's saving on everything they need to tackle their reno project. Like bringing their living room into this century with 25% off Canadian-made Beauty Tone Pure Interior and Specialty Paint. Or tackling that bathroom reno with up to $200 off Max shower units. That's better. Earn and redeem Scene Plus points during the Bring Beauty Tone Home Reno sale. On now at Home Hardware and Building Centers.
Oh, excellent.
Explore
Great job, Brad.
The boundaries of capability and value during truck.
We got Taylor Dingman producing today.
Right,
I'm going to go off
0%
headset.
Financing for up to on the 2025 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab Pro Graphite with a TurboMax engine delivering 310 horsepower, GMC Pro safety features including automatic emergency braking, plus a max towing of up to 9,500 pounds. You'll be ready for anything this truck makes.
Thank you, Charlie, and welcome back to
This is Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan. Let's go.
Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary, Alberta, the scene for the biggest game of the WHL on this final day. What's at stake? Oh, just the Central Division and the Eastern Conference regular season championship. It's the Calgary Hitmen at home to the Medicine Hat Tigers. Two teams tied, but at the end of the day, one will have sole possession and take home a banner. Brad Curl alongside Jeff Hollick. We are in the Peter Maurer radio broadcast booth. And Jeff, you've covered this league a long time. Many of these last games of the regular season quite often have moments where just don't get hurt. I can't remember a time when there's been so much at stake.
Yeah, sometimes you're fighting for a playoff spot or you're fighting for something in the standings, but to win so much today, of course, it means home ice advantage for at least the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. A lot on the line here. Both teams have been playing great the last couple of weeks. Looking forward to this one.
Hitmen and Tigers underway inside the saddle. First touch goes the way of the Hitmen, and Minio will send it into the Tiger zone. Harrison Mennigan guards the net, out to play it to the boards, and the Tigers will escape the forecheck and bring it out. Here's Oasis Weisblatt. Slams the puck into the Calgary zone. Goaltender today for the Hitmen is Anders Miller. Puts it on the boards. Tigers able to keep it alive. St. Martin down low to Gavin McKenna. Works in the left wing corner. Parker's on him. McKenna able to waggle free. Bring it out to the left wing circle now. Cuts it back to the hash marks. McKenna pass in front. There's a shot. Glove save. What a stop by Anders Miller. Cue up the highlight reel. Only 34 seconds in. Larceny off of Jonas Wu.
Gavin McKenna's got points in 39 straight games, Brad, and he's dangling with the puck. Eventually, all 5 Calgary skaters, I think, are looking at him, and that frees up a guy, Martin, coming down the right side. That should have been a goal, except for the great glove hand of Miller. What a save to start things off here.
Well, the tone is in early. Goaltenders are going to have a big time factor in the outcome here if Anders Miller has anything to say about it. He already has. Here we are at center. Calgary the puck. Carson Bernie will spin it into the Tiger zone, working against Jonas Wu. Wu applies the body, but Bernie keeps the puck in front. Adazinski the shot. That's wide of the Tiger goal. Edison out on the right wing boards. Wu had that great scoring chance. They'll work it out to center ice. Hitman get it back. Hurtig right side of the ice will be fired in by Yakemchuk. Around the boards it goes. There again is Jonas Wu. Bernie runs him down. Loose puck to the Tigers, and out to center it comes. Hitman take it back. Axel Hurtig right side. Carter Yakemchuk now to David Adazinski. Celebrated his 100th career point in the Western Hockey League last night, and the Hitmen win in Red Deer. That was a 4-1 triumph. Tigers scorched the Hurricanes to the tune of 10-1 last night. That was in their hometown. Puck on the boards of the Tiger zone. Calgary trying to cycle down to Brandon Gorzinski. Broken up by Medicine after the play through the legs from Caden McCann doesn't work. He'll try this time behind the net. Wu pounded by the forechecking of Ethan Moore, forced to move the puck a little quick, and it goes out of play.
That's a delay of game, Brad. That sailed right out, so Calgary's getting an early power play here with the forecheck. You got on the Renison Hat defenseman, forcing them into a play. Wu gets the penalty. Calgary on the man advantage here. They're ranked 17th on the power play. Medicine Hat's penalty kill is 4th overall.
I know we're on the eve of the WHL playoffs, but I can't think from either standpoint a game that would get you more ready for the playoffs than a game that has playoff-type implications here today.
And a lot of Medicine Hat fans here, so we've got a great atmosphere.
Off the draw, Hitman able to secure. They've got power play goals in 3 straight games. A goal here would give them the lead. The corner play dug out by Wetch, but his blue line pass goes off of Vincent and out to center. Ben Kindle enters the day with 98 points. Up the left side to Oliver Talk. He has 100. Into the Tiger zone, slips it off to Yakemchuk. Right circle, Kindle. It rolled off his blade. He's being harassed over there, but able to spin away from traffic. Deals it off to Yakemchuk at the right point. Over to the right dot now. Carries it low. Center pass. Can't find Talk. He'll grab it off the left boards. Talk with it now. Hauls it high to the blue line. Carries it down the right side. Took a bit of a slash from St. Martin. Slipped it down to Vidston. Back around to Talk, went through his legs, and St. Martin of the Tigers will get it to center ice. On the move all by himself. Long shoot in from Ward is wide of the Calgary goal.
Tigers do have 17 shorthanded goals this year, Brad, so when they see a chance, they go for it.
Their DNA has a lot of speed in that game, so not surprising they've been able to strike so much. A man down. Here's Tanner Howe to center for Calgary. To Ethan Moore. Back to Howe. He's cut down at the Tiger line. No penalty though to Vicenen. And the puck will go to Medicine Hat in the left corner and a chance to get it out and down. Tigers wearing the retro jerseys tonight. It's got the full Bengal Tiger on the front with that kind of cagey clawed type coloring scheme. White base along with orange and black. Calgary in their anniversary 3rd jerseys. Black base with bronze and white trim. They're into the Tiger zone. Gorzinski on the power play. Hook pass. He'll fleck down to Moore. His back pass misses everybody. All the way down the ice. Miller out of the goal. Played it ahead of Parker. He let it slide up, but miscommunication down the ice, and Calgary tagged for icing.
No shots on goal by Calgary on this power play. Tigers very aggressive, forcing Calgary into quick plays and not getting shots through. Yakemchuk and Kindle and Talk looking dangerous. There are some passing lanes there, but the puck just seemed to bounce at the last second when they were looking to shoot. Not sure if that Wrangler game earlier today will affect the ice conditions. I think we'll be okay, but it just seemed like a couple of times the puck just bounced on the Hitmen when they wanted to get a play.
Yeah, double-header day inside Scotiabank Saddledome. You don't see that in the National Hockey League, but the American Hockey League earlier today, and now the Western Hockey League in the spotlight on this Sunday late afternoon in the Stampede City. Tigers are going to kill the penalty, it seems, as they dump the puck into the Calgary zone. Just 8 seconds left in the man advantage for Calgary in this scoreless first. Hitmen bring it up. A Williams pass for Bernie is off his stick into the Tiger zone. Van Mulligan try to clear. Adazinski blocked that. And Mulligan again. This one will get up the right wing boards and all the way down. As the penalty expires, the Tigers will be tagged for icing.
No shots on goal by Calgary on that power play. The second unit has been more successful of late. Moore had a goal the other day in Red Deer, yesterday in Red Deer, and then when Red Deer was here on Wednesday, Moore and Minio had power play goals, I believe. So the two units for both these clubs when they're on the specialty teams are as good as anybody in the WHL. Staying on the penalty box will obviously be important.
Offensive zone start for Calgary after the Tigers charged with icing. Lucas Hansen out, fourth line for Calgary. Tigers have their top line as Weisblatt wins the draw. They'll come up the right wing side and now to center ice. Jonas Wu off now to Weisblatt. McKenna with him, but it's broken up by Yakemchuk. Herting to center and away goes Ethan Murner into the offensive zone. Scored last night in Red Deer. It was a big goal to make it 2-0. The puck on the backboards of the Tiger zone. Medicine Hat will just flutter it ahead, looking for Jonas Wu. Makes the catch at center. First down, and he'll dump the puck into the Calgary zone as Oasis Weisblatt heads in after it. Forechecking on Yakemchuk, but he got the puck by him to Murner, who touched it to center. Tanner Mollendijk will take it over. Left side to Bison in a return to Mollendijk. What a great skater he is, and here he is into the Calgary zone. Right side of Marcus Ruck, but his center pass cut off by Kindle. Harassing was Ruck, but Kindle will stretch it up to Tanner Howe, trying to go wide on Bison and put the shoulder down, rolled it on, crashed in on the goal, ends up in the net, play continues. Menigan's okay, so is Howe, and the point shot over top of the Tiger net. Tolkien behind the goal, trying to fish it free to Howe, can't step by the goalpost to get it in front. Good checking there by Gordon Carroll. Puck goes to the boards. And Calgary able to get it back. Tulk looking for Howe, knifed away by the Tigers, not out, held in by Williams. Left corner, Tulk, left circle, Howe, but can't take the pass, and Medicine Hat will escape. Schaefer, Gordon Carroll the center, took the hit from Williams, but not before he dumps it in. Goaltender Anders Miller out to play the puck. Right corner now to Hunter Ora. Ora will tap it on the boards to center, hit a Tiger skate, ricochet back in the Calgary zone. Tigers had to back off, and Hitmen have that space now. Williams out to center ice, looking for Wetch, jammed up by Jonas Wu, burning ahead with it, can't gain the line in traffic. Tightly contested for is a loose puck. Adazinski knocked it away from Wu. The left circle chance for the Hitmen, but couldn't get free for the shot. In the corner, Wu has it now. Up the right side, Medicine Hat trying to escape. Newton's pounded on the boards. Carson Burney lays out the former Kelowna Rocket. Forced the turnover. Calgary up with it. Shot from Wetch down to Menigan. And the blocker save turned away. Puck to the left wing boards. Trying to work it out as McCann. As far of his own bench, no further. Hitmen get it back. Here's Caleb Parker. Quick up left side. Minio will chisel it in deep. Menigan leaves the cage. He'll spin it around the wall. Cut off by Moore. He's jolted in the right wing corner. Tigers dig it out and look for a man behind the net. There again is Jonas Wu. He's been everywhere in this first period. Up the Ryder Ritchie. Left wing pass will send the Tigers in, but trying to cut to the middle and had it stripped away was Ward. It's Minio for the Hitmen. Laid on the left boards to Brandon Gorzinski. To the middle now to Connor Vidston. Jersey blowing in the wind. Long shot as he hits the line. Handled by Menigan, rebound on the boards, and the Tigers will get it back. Ritchie up ahead, a float pass to center ice, trying to find Ward. Hertink cut it off. Ward able to get it back. Played around behind the net, reaching for it. Ritchie, arms not long enough, and the Hitmen will touch it back and forth. Vidston to Gorzinski, back to Vidston. Broken up, Hertink follows up, found Ethan Moore with it. He'll step into the Tiger zone. Body check, Vidston ahead with it, spun it in front. The Tigers intercept on the doorstep and find Ryder Ritchie out at center ice. Good pace to this game. Nearly 7 minutes in, there is no score. Shots are 3-1 Calgary. All the marbles on the line here today. The division and the conference title. Tigers in the Calgary zone. Here's McKenna on the right wing circle. Circling, play to the front of the goal to St. Martin. A shot off a Hitman stick and rolls down in on Anders Miller as that errant stick kind of blocked the shot, Jeff.
That was going to be a great scoring chance, but something got in the way. Miller covers up.
Game can breathe. 13:08 remains in the first, no score in the Saddle Dome. It's the Hitmen and the Tigers, and it's here on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Your cell phone is ringing and you don't recognize the caller. And with your debt, fear starts to creep in. But you don't have to live like this. Visit wecanhelp.ca. Allen Marshall and Associates are government-regulated, licensed insolvency trustees who can help provide solutions to your debt problems. Depending on the circumstances, they can relieve up to 25, 50, 75% or more of your debt. Allen Marshall and Associates. Visit wecanhelp.ca to find an office near you.
At Sportsnet 960 The Fan, we know youth sports shape the future. That's why we're teaming up with Hockey Calgary for a new segment on The Big Show. Hey, it's Matt Rhodes. Join us for a quick dive into minor hockey in our city, highlighting the players, coaches, and officials who make it all happen. 10 seconds. Stream The Big Show podcast on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon.
Brought to you by Hockey Calgary. It's everyone's game. Learn more at hockeycalgary.ca.
Now, Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, Brad, can't ask for a better start. Both teams look sharp. Hard body checks, good passing, almost dangerous scoring chances just recovered in time by defensemen turning around and breaking up plays. And, of course, goaltenders have been there to make saves. What a start to this one. We're only 7 minutes in.
Yeah, it's living up to the billing so far. Kind of feels like a playoff game. And it's not, but it kind of is. Puck in the Calgary zone. Sawyer Minio to center ice for Tanner Howe. Cut down by Medicine Hat, and it's Oasis Weisblatt. Plays in the shadows of Gavin McKenna, but he's got a 100-point season. Rarely can you be a shadow and a 100-point guy, but McKenna takes the stage. Weisblatt will bring it in. Center pass behind McKenna. Off the right circle, and the Hitman Oliver Tulk. Look to center to Ben Kindle. He'll bring it up Tiger line. In over, dropped it off to Oliver Tulk. Play to the front. Is knocked away by Medicine Hat. Weisblatt will find a man. Here comes St. Martin up the ice with McKenna. Trying to go wide on Aura. St. Martin waggles free. Center pass cut off by Aura's stick. It'll come around to Jonas Wu, sinking down off the right point. He had that great chance in the early moments that Anders Miller made a spectacular glove save on, keeping this game scoreless. And now the Hitmen charge for icing as we say hello to everybody, not only on the flagship tonight, Sportsnet 960 The Fan, but also those watching on Sunday night in the Dub, free on WHL Live and on YouTube. And starting soon, Jeff, Victory Plus. It all begins with the playoffs. Every game streamed for free.
Yep. I've downloaded that app on my phone, my iPad, my TV at home. I've got it everywhere ready to go for the playoffs. But, of course, today we're on YouTube as well.
So don't miss a moment of the WHL playoffs presented by Nutrien, coming to a rink near you. Tigers and the Hitmen scoreless in the first, nearly 8 minutes in. Medicine Hat up with a Newton's play up, no good for Volotovsky, the former Saskatoon Blade. Came over in that deal that also saw Tanner Mollendijk arrive with the Tigers. Pickford holds the puck in for Medicine Hat. Left corner now to McCann, the pride of Cochrane, Alberta. Works the left wall, blue line, Jonas Wu. Step to his right, shooting. Wide of Miller's net, rebound. Miller's got it. Left pad on that one, as it was Newtons who let it fly.
Yeah, good bounce off the end boards for Medicine Hat. Miller there just in time.
Puck now cleared by Calgary. It'll go right down to Mennigan, so there's no icing. Wet in on the forecheck. Creating some havoc along with Adazinski and Bernie. Tigers wheel it away though. Onto the left wing boards, a chance to get the puck out to center. Receiving in the neutral zone is one of the Ruck brothers. It'll be rolled down by Liam and covered by Anders Miller. Yes, the Ruck brothers play on the third line, and it may be one of the most dangerous lines in the WHL. I don't know how many teams have a 25-goal scorer on their third line, but Liam Ruck has had that this year.
Yeah, Liam Ruck, as far as rookie scoring is concerned, is 11th overall in the WHL, but as far as goals, he's number one, as you mentioned, 25. His twin, Marcus, has 8, and they've got another 16-year-old on that line, an American, Gordon Carroll. He's got 6 goals. That's pretty good youth coming up for the Tigers, and they're contributing this year.
Nearing the 9-minute mark of the first period, nobody's been able to contribute on the scoreboard yet. We are still scoreless. Anders Miller's been the busier of the two goaltenders, and he has been extremely sharp for Calgary. Puck to center, Hitman looking for Hurtig up to Murner. It's off the mark. Mennigan out of the Medicine Hat net will play to the boards. Dug out by Calgary, but the center pass broken up. Tigers will get a chance to clear it. Lucas Hansen applies a body check on a falling Gordon Carroll, and there's icing called against Medicine Hat, but Gordon Carroll slow to get up. It's always tough when you commit to a hit and then a player is falling, and Gordon Carroll took that one higher than he would like, although he was almost on his knees when he took that body contact.
Yeah, he'll be okay. Calgary gets the icing call against Medicine Hat. Medicine Hat not happy with that call, as it was a race for the puck. Looked tied, but the puck was in the corner, and that was closer to the Hitman player. I think that's how the linesmen make the call. Whoever's closest to the puck when they cross the hash marks. And there you go. Face-off won by Medicine Hat anyways.
Schaefer Gordon Carroll to the Tigers bench, but stays on there. The 16-year-old from Salt Lake City, Utah. Puck dumped in. Hitman goaltender Miller for his defense. Parker left side Minio off his skate down the ice. Could be icing against Calgary, and it will be. Well, it's rare that you can come in and really grab the spotlight when you've already got a defense that includes, well, Carter Yakemchuk, Kalen Parker, Axel Hurtig, Dax Williams, Hunter Ora, but Sawyer Minio has come in and he has been excellent. Now on a career-high 8-game point scoring streak for the Hitmen.
Yeah, Sawyer Minio can be out there against the other team's top line defensively, and he's a big factor offensively, and lately he's been deadly on the power play.
A Canucks prospect has Vancouver fans excited. Here's a shot from the Tigers off the draw, and the shot there taken from Eddie Weissenen goes off a stick and up and out of play. Pardon me, it was Mahonen.
Yeah, face-offs, it seems like the Tigers are winning more than here. Weisblatt winning that one. Calgary was called for icing with their second line out. Now during the quick stoppage, we'll change it up. Calgary with last line change, they're pretty well matching up the same as you would see, I think, in Medicine Hat. Top line against top line, and you keep going down the order that way.
They're matched up in the standings as well. Both clubs with 96 points. Trying to determine who wins the division and who wins the Eastern Conference regular season banners. He's off the draw. The Hitmen trying to get the puck out. Tigers trying to keep it the line, but Hitmen get it back. Tanner Howe, right side of the ice. Here comes Kalen Parker. Back to Howe at center. Kind of got tangled up with Kindle in the neutral zone. Puck goes free. Kindle will knock it in, but not deep. Howe's got it. Now ahead to Tulk. Stick was lifted by Weisblatt, and away goes Medicine Hat. Ryder Ritchie up the right side of McKenna, too far. Turned back by Calgary. Kindle ahead to Howe. In over the line. Down the left wing against Wu. Wu shoulders him off. Howe back on the puck, feeds a point. Yakemchuk a shot. Kick save made by Mennigan. His first big time prime time stop of this game. 68. Tigers now ahead with it. A McKenna shot goes up a stick and wide of the Calgary goal. Medicine Hat trying to get it back. Ritchie on down to McKenna. Weisblatt on this line is Willie Desjardins already juggling his line. Shot from the line from Wu doesn't get through. And it's then Kindle who will float it to center ice. Normally Ritchie plays on the second line with Warden Pacheco, but he's been moved up. St. Martin perhaps moved down. We'll see if it continues, but get a whistle in the neutral zone, Jeff.
Yeah, so faceoff will come on a hand pass in the neutral zone. We can sit here and talk about stats and matchups all day long, but the one thing that stands out for me is these teams are pretty well tied for first in the entire WHL for allowing the fewest shots on goal against. That tells me it's not just offense with these clubs, it's they play great defense. Also, it's pretty hard for the other team to get shots on goal, Brad, when you've always got the puck. So both these teams, I think the forecheck is going to be important. Got to win the puck back because it's hard to get it back.
Hitmen have that puck right now. Hertig in the Tiger zone. Shot wide, looking for a pass down low to Ethan Moore. Gorzinski in the neighborhood as well, mucking behind the Tiger goal, but Medicine Hat finds it. Here's St. Martin up the right wing, and here comes Pacheco. So St. Martin down onto the second line with Pacheco and Ward for now. Ritchie gets promoted with a top unit. Calgary the puck in their own zone. Yakemchuk to center. Moore up ahead. Gorzinski in on a 2-on-1. Shoots. Blocker save made by Mennigan. Good look off by Gorzinski to fake the pass and then wire it himself. But Mennigan dialed in. Prize acquisition of the Tigers early on in the season. Make that deal with the Lethbridge Hurricanes and bring in Harrison Mennigan. And he has been excellent this year. Goals against average, 2.54, among the tops in the league. Puck on the boards in the Tiger zone. They're going to work it out to center ice, try and find the streaking Bolatovsky. It'll roll right down to the Calgary net, and Anders Miller will grab it, and this game will take a breath.
2-on-1, Gorzinski coming down the right side. He was looking to pass. The defenseman took the passing lane away, so the goaltender knew he had to worry about the shooter. Blocker save, Brad, but Vincent was there for the rebound. It was a hard rebound that went right by him. If it was a little bit easier or more near him, he had an open net. So big stop by Mennigan. Both goaltenders have been great.
What an aggressive move by Mennigan. His feet were nowhere near the blue paint when that shot came on. Trusting his defenseman could cut off the pass, because if that gets through, Mennigan's got no chance on that.
And Gorzinski was kind of slowing up as well, Brad. So when the goalie comes out like that, maybe you can go wide and deke him, but I don't think he had the speed going to create that opportunity.
Gorzinski, 17 goals, has had a great sophomore season. Tigers get a draw, and a shot from McKenna is floated to the net and held on to. Gavin McKenna, sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
You go, McKenna.
I'm just going to say one of those guys that isn't draft eligible until next year, but I think he's going to be number one with a bullet even if he was drafted this year.
That's the feeling. If he was in the draft this year, he would be number one overall. Just a game breaker. He's lanky, but he skates so well. He can put on the brakes, and he's a great playmaker. He's got a great shot. He's got everything to be a pro.
Very shifty and elusive. Going to be a penalty to Medicine Hat here off the draw. McCann put his arms around Sawyer Mineo. And you know you're guilty when, Jeff? When after you do said activity, you turn backwards and immediately look at the referee. That's exactly what Caden McCann did.
McCann's younger brother drafted by Calgary, so we'll see him full-time in the lineup next year. But Calgary 0 for 1 on the power play today. Did not get a shot on goal. And again, Medicine Hat can be dangerous. St. Martin leads the WHL with 7 shorthanded goals. Again, the team has 17. Calgary led by Wetch, who's got 10 power play goals. So does Yakemchuk.
Hitmen get the draw. Kindle, left point, Carter Yakemchuk. Left circle pass, misses Wedge, has Vidston behind the net. Up top now to Oliver Tulk. Tulk, he'll pass off Kindle. Slap shot, blocker save Mennigan. Rebound, Vidston. Stopped by Mennigan. Scorpion style. He's got his legs welded up against that left goal post while his chin is on the ice above the paint.
Yeah, point shot, an easy stop, but then the puck is in that crease area. After the whistle, Wetch was cross-checked gently in the front to be pushed away from the goaltender, but then he was cross-checked hard on the back by Ward, and there's no call, and Wetch was on his knees for about 15 seconds there trying to recover. Good stretching leg save there by Mennigan. He's 6'4", Brad. He needed all of that to make that save.
Prime time goaltending for the Tigers netminder, Harrison Mennigan, who hails from South Surrey, British Columbia. Tampa Bay Lightning hoping they have a diamond in the rough. He's in their prospect pool. He was drafted in the 7th round of 2024. His past draft, Hitmen dig the puck out off the draw. Kindle left circle, Yakemchuk, stick blows in half. Oh, if he had the Al McInnes wood stick version, that would have been a threat to the net. Instead, there's no shot, and the Tigers get the puck and will bring it away. Here comes Ward, the former Bronco, bucking his way into the Calgary zone up the left wing for St. Martin. It's too far ahead. St. Martin will pound it around, and it's a pass backwards into his own zone. Pickford has it there. He'll play it out to center ice. Misha Volotovsky wearing the full shield up the right side. Here's St. Martin, blockered away by Miller. Boy, Hunter St. Martin always dangerous, but looking gassed. He'll go to the bench on a change. A minute on this Calgary power play. Second of the day, no score. 13 minutes gone, first period for the division and the conference. The Hitmen and the Tigers battle today. Volotovsky, big hit on Moore as he entered the zone. Puck got free. Volotovsky can't clear it. Held in initially by Parker, but now skated out by Pacheco. Into the Calgary zone, doesn't like those odds 1-on-3. He'll turn it backwards, and Pickford will play keep away. Left side of the ice now. Bisonen will snap it away, then down the ice. Right to the net, guarded by Miller. 30 seconds on the man advantage. Tigers get the changes in. Calgary completes theirs. Last one out is Adazinski as Parker brings the puck ahead. Drops it off now to Tanner Howe. Penguins prospect on the move. Left side to Gorzinski. Over the line. Jammed up. Weisblatt there. So is Bisonen, but Adazinski stole it. Center pass taken away, and Weisblatt will come to center. No, he won't. He's going to turn back. Says, I thought I could fool you. And he did. Pass ahead from McKenna, though, is out of his reach. And it's offside for Medicine Hat delayed, so they can't pursue it. Calgary the puck, Adazinski checked off by McKenna. He'll take it over, but he'll waggle back to center. Kill some more clock. Tigers back to full strength, and premier penalty killing by Medicine Hat. 2 times down a man, and both times unscathed. We play on scoreless. 5:51 to go in the first. Tigers in the Calgary zone. It's Van Mulligan, right circle to McKenna. Got to turn in traffic, lost it. Bernie checked it to Hurtig, back to Carson. Bernie at center. Trying to poke it by Van Mulligan, put a cross check on him. Now over comes Mahonen, knocking Bernie over. Puck in the corner. Unable to dig it out successfully was Lucas Hansen, and the Tigers will take it and go to center ice. Up the skates of Mahonen, looking for a teammate. That is Ruck, and he'll dump it in. Liam Ruck. Miller out of the Calgary goal. Right corner to Hurtig, back around. Left side of the ice, Hunter Ora pass hit the referee. Loose to Medicine Hat. They'll take that bounce. Trying to make a play as Schaefer Gordon Carroll, but Ora knocked it free, and Calgary able to get it up to center ice. Good to see Schaefer Gordon Carroll back on the ice for his first shift since taking an awkward hit in his own zone. Puck inside the Tiger end of the rink. Jonas Wu out there center now to Ward. 5 minutes remains in the first. No score. Tigers coming in. Ritchie. There's an errant stick on the ice. Yakemchuk nearly tripped over it. Now Ward right circle shot. Miller the save. Top angle shot. The rebound sent away by Calgary and out to center. Let's go. Hitmen is the chant inside Scotiabank Saddledome on this Fan Appreciation Day. Hitmen and the Tigers trying to serve up a dandy, and so far, no scoring. Calgary the puck at center. Here comes Oliver Tulk. Threw it on the left boards of the Medicine Hat zone. It'll be wired out by Wu. Racing forward is Ritchie. Parker trying to beat him, and he does. So the icing call will go against the Tigers. 4:28 remains in the opening frame. Shots even at 7. Scoreboard even at 0. Thrilled to have you along. It's Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. After years of touring this great province in my Ford F-150, I've learned the value of driving a tough, capable, smart truck. Whether you're working for the weekend or long hauling it like I am, there's an F-150 for every Alberta, with plenty of options to choose from, like available Pro Power onboard. So if you're looking for a new truck, stop by your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
When it comes to keeping your business safe from fire, you want the winning team on your side. Classic Fire and Life Safety delivers dependable fire protection services to our clients across Canada. We protect your business as if it were our own. Our passion for safety means your people and property are in the best hands. With Classic Fire and Life Safety, you're getting a dependable partner that most. Partner with with your winning fire protection team at ClassicFire.com.
This is Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan. Let's go.
So much speed and skill on display in this afternoon evening game here, Brad. It's you're just one step away from having breakaways and 2-on-1s. Just a lot of great play here so far in this game.
Calgary Hitmen, Medicine Hat Tigers, two teams with eyes on a big prize. Tigers haven't won the division since 2018. The Hitmen, you got to go back to 2015. So it's a long time coming, and for one of these two teams, they'll reach that mountain at the end of the day. For who? Yet to be determined. Draw to Calgary. Parker into the right corner to Tanner Howe. Howe back up top. Parker shot. Off a good shot blocked by Pacheco. Loose puck Hitman. Kindle to the blue line. It is Parker. Left side Minio. His shot deflecting. Loose in front. Pounded on. And a save made by Mennigan off of a spinning Oliver Tulk. Tulk his own rebound to the blue line. It's Parker again. A wild prospect. He'll swing it side of the net. Ben Kindle slides off the check. Whack, whack, push by Pacheco. Loose puck goes to the Tigers, and here comes Ryder Ritchie all by himself. See what he does with it here. He tries to go through the Hitman, and he puts himself offside.
Well, finishing your thought on the division champions, Brad, this will be the fourth straight year there's a new division champion in the Central Division. Last year, Swift Current. They were in the league last year in the Central. Red Deer won the year before. Edmonton the year before that. You touched on it's been a while since Calgary Medicine Hat have won it because there was a stretch of Edmonton winning it almost every year, it seemed like. But again, Swift Current won it last year before moving back to the East Division this year.
Yeah, the rest of the Central Division voted, get out of here.
Yes.
We don't want you here anymore. So they're back in their East Division. Off the draw, Tigers dump it in. Hitman go get it. Here's Adazinski on the left boards. Floated to center. Pickford knocked it down the right to Carson. Bernie brings it ahead for Calgary. Trying to work through Pickford. Couple of body checks on him. Second one, borderline interference, but that one not called, and the puck ends up in the corner. Tigers on the left side of the ice trying to work it ahead. And Volotovsky able to outlet the zone. Hunter Ora will dump it right back in, absorb a hit, and we got a whistle, and referees are pointing, circling, kind of like the no to the Medicine Hat bench. So does that mean Calgary already worked their last change in here? We'll see.
I'm not sure if the puck went out of play at the Tiger bench or hit a player leaning over, and that's why the play was whistled down. So they're putting the face-off right at center.
Yeah, right at the Flaming Sea. Flames will be in this building on Tuesday. Seattle Kraken will be in town. WHL Commissioner Dan Neer will join us after 20 minutes as part of our feature interview tonight. Victory Plus, that new streaming service, free for WHL fans, will be among the topics. Tigers off a draw, come in, and McKenna shot, handled by the left-hand trapper of one Anders Miller. Just a little face-off win for Medicine Hat, and all of a sudden McKenna is looking dangerous.
McKenna has points in 39 straight games, Brad. In that stretch, he has 97 points. If you took away all of his other games this year, he would be 6th in league scoring. If he won behind Ben Kindle, who has 98. 97 points, and all that coming since even before the World Juniors. Remember those games that he missed don't count? Since November 6th, he's had a point in every WHL game.
Pride of Whitehorse has it going on for Medicine Hat. Off the draw, McKenna the puck, looking right corner to St. Martin. They put the St. Martin McKenna Weisblatt line back together. Puck goes to Calgary, and it's Kalen Parker behind his net. On the right side, Sawyer Minio jammed on by Weisblatt. Found Kindle up ahead of Howe. Unable to reel it in. Would have been a 2-on-1 with Tulk, but Minio follows up on the left side. He'll carry to the corner. Working against Van Mulligan. Lost the puck. Tanner Howe gets it back. Howe, a worker bee. Trying to make a play down low. Kindle is there, but he's pinned to the boards by Mahonen. And the puck going nowhere right now. Kindle trying to waggle free. Mahonen leaning on him. Puck squirts to the blue line. Minio will hold it. His shot off of Weisblatt. Deflects. Tigers stretch it ahead to McKenna. It goes off of him and down the ice. McKenna to go get it left corner. Try to bank it off the goalie, but he hit the outside iron. You can hear it ring from up here. Loose puck to Calgary's Kindle. Trying to back it up. McKenna was there. Stole it to Weisblatt. Right circle. Slow to move it. Couldn't shoot it. Has to curl it high. Out near the blue line. The shot off the blocking Kindle to the corner. Retrieved by Liam Rock. Slammed to the boards by Hertig. Now McKenna in front. Weisblatt. But he was backing away from the pass. Couldn't reach it. And it's cleared by Calgary. Good shift by that Tigers top line. In they come again. Mahonen backhander to the net. Save made by Miller on the redirect. from Molendyke, who jumped down to activate.
Yeah, shift by shift, the best line combination for Medicine Hat as far as creating a scoring chance is Weisblatt, McKenna, and whether it's St. Martin or Ritchie on there. How about that? McKenna, 39 goals. St. Martin, 39. Weisblatt, 36. Ritchie's got 29. So for Willie Desjardins, when he looks to put those four guys, whatever combination of three he gets from those four, there is a lot of scoring ability.
Draw down in the Calgary zone, won by Medicine Hat. Vicenen up top. Gordon Carroll missed the pass. Molendyke has it left circle. Back up top. Schaefer, Gordon Carroll. Side of the net looking for the tip was Liam Ruck. Denied by Aura. Up the wall. Not out. Held in. Tigers roll it to the net, but Gordon Carroll's shot blocked up by Yakemchuk. He'll reverse for Hunter Aura. Aura emerges from behind his goal. Snap past his center. Ethan Moore will chip it down. Menigan to play on it. And the Tigers will take over in their own zone. Eddie Vicenen up the right side. Liam Ruck will dump it in. Calgary's Caleb Parker to go get it. Up the left side, missing Williams. Leaving the zone was Murner. Tigers Wu held it in, but now cleared out by Williams. Loose at center. Murner ahead to Rylan Ing, the 16-year-old, trying to get to the puck, but Pickford washed it away. Then he's bodied over by Lucas Hansen. Loose puck, Tigers. Ward fanned on his feet to Ritchie, but it got there. Now ahead to Wu. Likes to join the rush. He's on the left wing. Jammed the brakes. Whipped it in front. Ward misfires on the shot. What a chance he had. Now on his knees. He centered it. Stolen by Ing. Found it to Murner, and out of the zone it goes. Final minute of the first period. Shots 9-8 Tigers. Calgary's had the only two power plays. We're still scoreless. Ryder Ritchie, back pass in his own zone, gets turned over. Wetch, side of the net, play out of the reach of Adazinski. Hitman get it back. Yakemchuk, corner now to Adazinski. Leaned on, shook off the check. Works on the left half wall, but now shoved to the boards by, well, it'll be Pickford. Helping out is Pacheco for Medicine Hat. Looking for Ritchie, locked up by Wetch. Officials very patient. The puck is down there somewhere in a scrum. Two Tigers, two Hitmen. Now it squirts out. It'll be Wu for Medicine Hat behind his net. Stick lifted by David Adazinski. Wu got it back, but Bernie's in there crashing around. Knocked it free. Tigers get it again, and it's Ritchie under the duress of Wetch trying to fight free. Reverses the puck near right corner. Hitman Adazinski will dig it out to the line. Hertig, a late shot coming here. It's wide of the goal. Didn't have enough time to bank it on the boards, and the first period comes to a conclusion.
Well, we'll let everybody catch their breath, including you, Brad Carroll, because that was a high-paced, fast-moving, entertaining first period. Teams working so hard. Again, you look at the standings, you go, well, are these two teams, all they do is score goals? No, they work hard. They play great defense. They finish their body checks. They put pressure. They're disciplined. They make smart plays. I haven't seen so many what I would call punts in a game like I saw today. When a defenseman's in trouble in either zone, they're just going to lift it in the air and almost hit the scoreboard. Like, you can tell players on both sides don't want to make that mistake, a wrong decision, a cross-ice pass in their blue line. They're kicking it out, much like you would see the Calgary Stampeders do on a Sunday at McMahon Stadium.
Third and long, bring out the Australian.
Yes, right.
Matty Rose rejoins us. He heard his wonderful voice in our pregame show. What do you got cooking in period number one? We'll get to that in a moment, but what did you think of period one?
I thought that was perhaps some of the most fun I've had watching this team all year. And this has been a fantastic season of Hitman hockey. But I was saying to Jeff in one of the commercial breaks, like they filled up their water bottles with jet fuel. They were flying up and down the ice. There were some physical hits. Thought the Hitmen had a couple of good chances early. Menigan's able to make a couple of big stops. But the biggest one of all comes moments into the game when Anders Miller reaches out in absolute larceny on Wu with the glove hand, pulling that one off the glove line, off the goal line on the beautiful dish from Gavin McKenna. Perhaps the most dangerous he's been the entire frame. He had another shot from the slot, but it didn't feel like it was, when Connor Bedard was in the slot and you thought that thing was picked for the net. Miller made that one look pretty easy, but an outstanding first period of hockey.
When's the last time you had save of the game in the first 30 seconds? Like, it was that good, right?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Special for sure. So, intermission number one begins. Scoring summary will take you all of 8 seconds. So what else do we have for you?
Well, the commissioner's stopping by. He's just a booth over. Commissioner Dan Neer is here today, taking in this game, and we're going to talk about the new partnership with Victory Plus that is going to bring WHL fans WHL hockey throughout the playoffs for free, what this service is, how it works, how fans can access it, and we'll see if he'll tell us anything about expansion as well.
I was going to say, quick poll here. Is he forthcoming, or is it cards to the chest?
I don't know. Apparently, let me double-check here something quickly.
Elliot Friedman dropped it last night on Hockey Night in Canada.
So that's a pretty big one. That's almost put in concrete. But the Penticton Vs apparently had a tweet today as well,
Cryptic?
saying that they have a special announcement about the Penticton Vs that will be hitting the WHL YouTube channel tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. So we'll see what we can pry out of the commissioner in relation to that.
Maybe it means that they've got an account for Victory Plus and they're going to watch the playoffs.
Yeah, it's the first account. They get the very first one. That's it. But it does sound like the Penticton Vs are going to be joining the WHL next year, which is just one of many moves that continue to happen around junior hockey after the NCAA ruling back in before the Christmas holidays that we've talked about a lot over the course of the season.
So there you have it. Matt Rose with Commissioner Dan Neer in mere moments. We'll step away. It's the Hitmen of the Tigers scoreless after one. The scoring summary is standing by next on your home of Hitmen hockey, Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
There's no turning back now.
I got Noah there or I got Taylor? Hi, brother. Good to hear from you.
This team built for the ride. The Calgary Hitmen are playoff bound, and the only question is,
how are you?
I'm doing good, man. So let's come back as soon as we can here, and then I'm going to do the scoring summary. I only want the one clip, just the save that Anders Miller made to start the game, okay? Okay, sounds good.
This is Calgary Hitmen hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Let's go.
Welcome back inside the Scotiabank Saddledome through 20 minutes of play here at the Dome. The Hitmen and the Tigers are scoreless. Winner of this game gets first place in the Eastern Conference. We're 14 minutes away from the call of period number 2 with Brad Curl and Jeff Hollick. No goals scored in the opening period, but boy, did we have a candidate for the save of the game.
McKenna has in front. There's a shot. Glove save. What a stop by Anders Miller. Cue up the highlight reel. Only 34 seconds in. Larceny off of Jonas Wu.
Unbelievable stop to open the game for Miller. He looked warmed up coming out making an incredible stop as he keeps it scoreless early. Both teams had their chances. Medicine Hat leads in shots 9-8. The Hitmen had 2 power plays. Couldn't find pay dirt on either of them, but we'll see what they have in store for period number 2. An outstanding game of hockey being played here at the Scotiabank Saddledome. We'll take a break around the corner. It's the commissioner of the WHL, Dan Neer, joins the program to talk about their new partnership with Victory Plus. That's next as we continue with Hitmen hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Stay comfortable.
Thank you. What is the shortest break we can do here, like 60 seconds?
Don't miss out at Arby's.
Okay, let's do that then. Thank you.
Payments for 6 months when you finance a Lennox Ultimate Comfort System, including furnace, AC, smart thermostat, and more. Comfort disaster? No one is faster. Arby's, Lennox, and Arby's Heating and Cooling.
Hey, buddy, got lunch plans?
Well, I usually...
Nope. Today you go Mojo Mode at Subway.
Mojo Mode?
Eat bold with Subway's new Mojo sauce on a 6-inch turkey or ham sub for just $4.99.
Okay, but I usually...
Forget that. Mojo's smoky spice.
Thank you.
Lunch is not the usual.
Hey, I'm already feeling Mojo!
Only at Subway. At participating stores. Extras, taxes, and delivery additional.
I just want to say a couple words.
This is Calgary Hitmen hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Let's go.
And welcome back inside the Scotiabank Saddledome, where after 20 minutes of play, the Hitmen and the Tigers are scoreless. And we are watching an incredible game of hockey here. But I'm very excited because I'm joined by the commissioner of the WHL, Dan Neer, here in the Scotiabank Saddledome, the Peter Marr Radio broadcast booth. Thank you for taking some time today. How are things going for you? How did you enjoy the first period here between these two Eastern Conference heavyweights?
I've had this one on my calendar for a long time.
Yeah.
And so the fact that this is my first time coming all the way up here, I'm here almost every Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So thanks for having me, and hopefully this is a sign of the kind of hockey we're going to see in the playoffs.
Well, the building's not going to be here for too long, so you got to take this view in while you can, right? We're happy to have you. How's the first year gone? How are things going for yourself as commissioner as we finally reached the end of this regular season?
Yeah, you know, I feel very fortunate to be associated with this league. As I've made my way around, you see big cities, you see small communities, but there's a common thread, and it's the investment that the families put in, that the billets put in, that the education advisors put in, the coaches, the staff, the training, you name it. And, you know, that was evident pregame. I was down on the ice. I was fortunate to be able to present Daniel Hauser with the silver stick with the Flames, or with the Hitmen organization, and to see the emotion coming from his parents knowing that this is the end of the road for an overage player we were just talking before we went on air. In the NHL, you don't know when your last game is going to be. In junior hockey, there's a clock, and the clock winding down, it really does hit close to home when you think about what we're doing day in, day out with the league here.
Well, Dan, I have to ask you because there was a big announcement this week that's got a lot of WHL fans excited. Not everybody, for instance, with the Calgary Hitmen here, they're either going to be heading 5 hours down the road to Swift Current or 6 hours down the road to Saskatoon for games 3 and 4 of the opening round series. But they're going to be able to watch those games now with a Victory Plus partnership. Can you tell us all about this, the details, how it came to fruition, and how fans are going to be able to access WHL streams for free this postseason and moving forward?
Yeah, well, thanks for asking. This is one we've been working on very hard for a fairly short period of time for a deal of this magnitude. But I think it's really built around the idea that we want fans to be able to watch the game. We want fans to be able to consume highlights. We want Hitmen fans to watch other games when the Hitmen aren't playing, learn the players, become more invested. And we think that fuels consumption. We think that fuels growth of the Western Hockey League. And so the Dallas Stars were probably the first to do it when they said, hey, we're going to unlock our product. We're going to go direct to consumer through Victory Plus, which is their parent company is a parent media company, which is a Calgary-based tech company. And they got set up. Other people that use this streaming product is somebody people might know, Dude Perfect, one of the biggest streamers in the world. And the idea of bringing it free to consumers, we think, opens up a whole new set of opportunities for people to take this in. All you've got to do is download the Victory Plus app. And it's not just on your phone. A lot of people are going to want to consume this on their TV. Well, most manufacturers have it. If they don't, it works with Roku. It works with your Fire Stick. It works with the Apple TV, Google Play Store.
Goes on, yeah.
Wherever you want to find it, you'll be able to get it. It's a quick 2 or 3 step sign-up registration. You'll start to see the first pieces of content showing up now, some vignettes and other storytelling content that we've put up there. But starting the end of this week when the playoffs kick off, every Western Hockey League game is going to be there. It's going to be available for free, and we think that's great for fans.
Prior, it was a subscription service, and this is obviously very different. This is something that's going to be almost ad-driven, but at the same time, it's bringing the game more to the fans. Why was this important to you to kind of move away from the subscription style?
Well, I think that the subscription style has an element around revenue, and it helps you offset the costs of sending the radio guys on the road and the technology and the equipment that goes into it. We think there's another way to generate that revenue, and let's let the advertisers pay instead of the fans pay. And, we were talking about an example of it, and, you look across at the dasher boards in front of the players' bench, and if we can increase the number of people that are watching the games, I got good news and bad news for the sponsor. The good news is, hey, 2, 3, 4 times the number of people that I told you are going to be watching are watching. The bad news is I need to charge you more for it. But I think that works out for the fans, right? The idea of being able to watch what you want when you want, watch on a second screen. I envision people who are in the stadium tuning in on Victory Plus to this game, to other games during the intermission, to winding it back to watch replays. I think that people are seeking a more engaged experience when they're at a sporting event.
We had the WHL radio show in our pregame show, and Neil Gruninger from Victory Plus was on. And one of the things that he was mentioning was that the ads are kind of localized, too. If I'm watching a Calgary Hitmen game, I'm not going to be getting ads from, the Dallas region, and that's important and part of the kind of way that this is going to be funded for the local fans.
Without a doubt, the idea of a local sponsor being able to get involved, and even a national sponsor being able to localize their storytelling. Yeah. This is a sophisticated company that we're partnering with, and anybody can just put a game up. We've been doing it on YouTube with Wednesday night in the dub and Sunday late afternoon in the dub today.
Of course.
But really, that's been an experiment around, can we get people to tune in? Are they interested in what we're doing? And the answer is yes, they are. And so ensuring the experience they have when they're taking in a game on Victory Plus feels local, feels relevant, that's important.
I don't want to get too deep into the minutia, but let's say the Hitmen are on the road in the first round. Can I listen to Brad Curl's call, or am I only going to get the home broadcast?
My expectation is you're going to be able to do both, like we always have on the streaming product. But I'll have to talk to the gang to make sure that we've got that dialed in, because I do think that's a very important part. So I can almost promise it, but I don't know the answer 100%. But we'll have both calls.
Excellent. Very much looking forward to how this is all going to shake out and this big new partnership that you must be very excited about. Now, I don't know how much you're going to be able to tell me about this next one, but Elliot Friedman on Sportsnet on Hockey Night in Canada yesterday talked about expansion with the Penticton Vs, a BCHL team, a prominent BCHL team, perhaps joining the WHL, and the Vs have even said that on the WHL YouTube channel there's going to be a little announcement at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Commissioner Dan Neer, what can you tell us about expansion being imminent for the Penticton Vs ahead of a big announcement coming up this week?
What I can tell you is you should have had me on after 10:30 tomorrow morning and be able to talk a lot more about it. I'm sorry, I got to stay to the script here. The PR guys won't like me. So, we're always looking at how we can advance the league. We're looking at the changing landscape. We think the player pool is expanding. We think the opportunity for this league to further differentiate itself as the best development league in the world is there. And so we'll be taking all the necessary and opportunistic steps to take advantage of that and bring that value to fans.
How much conversation started after the NCAA ruling about possible expansion? How much interest did you have from other people who want to be a part of this league now that there's even more opportunity for the top players from this league to move on and play top-level NCAA hockey when they're done here?
Even if you back it up 6 months to some of the speculation that was happening, I don't really know that anyone has real solid footing on what are the outcomes here by the NCAA rule change. Who leaves? Who comes? How long do they stay? What other changes are imminent? How are different leagues affected in different ways? But we think we're poised to develop the best players. We think that now that you don't have to make that 15-year-old decision, am I going the NCAA path and then going to forego Major Junior, or am I going to join Major Junior and then rely on the scholarship that we deliver to go play youth sports after if I don't make it pro? That no longer exists. That tension's gone. And so what we know is that every high-end player from Western Canada, Western U.S. is going to want to play in our league, and we're going to go out and get them.
What are the ongoing conversations like with maybe the other leagues in the CHL and the NCAA about how this is all going to work? Because it really came to light pretty quickly all before the holidays.
Yeah, we talk about it almost every day, and a big part of that is the unpredictability of it all. There's a lot of technical sides of it around a drafted player and how long can they remain unsigned, and what happens if someone goes to college around their scholarship, which, by the way, we're committed to paying scholarships for players who fulfill their obligations to the league. Can you use it in Canada? Can you use it in the U.S.? Can someone earn NIL money when they're a Canadian on a student visa in the U.S.? Is their spot guaranteed? What happens if someone comes in the transfer portal? I could bore you for the rest of the game with all the different nuances that we're talking about. But what I can tell you is no one knows all the answers right now. We're feeling it out as we go. We're trying to make decisions that are in the best interest of the players, and I think by and large we're doing that.
When do you want to start to have maybe some clarity on some of these, I wouldn't call them issues, but maybe even questions that you have?
Well, we want answers. We want clarity now. We wanted clarity 3 months ago. And, even though, we'll see some stuff happen at the end of the season about players who maybe have decided to commit, who have yet to announce. And that's fine. I think that it'll take a period of time to normalize and to figure out what a path looks like. But in my mind, for the vast majority of players, maxing out Major Junior eligibility and then maxing out university or NCAA eligibility is what I would be telling my son to do. Because guess what? You don't get these years back. And if you look back and say, oh, geez, I left the WHL at 18 because I wanted to chase this NCAA thing down, you'll be thinking, well, I could have had 2 more years. 2 more years of everything paid for, high-end development with the boys on the road and in the locker room, and you'll never get that back. So I think a lot of people, when the dust settles, are going to say, I'm going to do both. This is the best for me.
The WHL has produced some unbelievably high-end talent that is now playing in the NHL. You think of Connor Bedard, and even next year we're getting to watch Gavin McKenna, who I would be stunned if anyone can surpass him for the first overall pick next year. You've got Landon Dupont playing out in Everett as well as another top-end player. How important is it for the WHL to have these types of names coming from your league? When their name is called, they're coming from a WHL organization.
We talk about it every day, and it's critical. And I think that everything we do is rooted in how do we ensure that we're developing the top talent and preparing them for the next level of hockey. And in our minds, the next level of hockey for the high-end player is the National Hockey League. And that's what we think about day in, day out. Everybody's got a unique path, but it is our intention to continue to fuel opportunities. And if we ever were to consider expansion, it's not just for fun. It would be to fuel investment, to fuel getting better, to make this league bigger and better than it is today.
Dan, I can't thank you enough for your time here today. Huge announcement of Victory Plus. We're looking forward to watching the games online and everything else that continues to come here with the WHL. Congratulations on the year so far. Enjoy the rest of this game. Enjoy the playoffs.
Thanks a lot, and shout out to everybody watching on YouTube this afternoon.
Of course, yes. Shout out to the WHL on YouTube. That is the Commissioner, Dan Neer, as a huge announcement with Victory Plus streaming the playoffs for free for WHL fans. And right now we do have the Hitmen and the Tigers in a game that certainly feels like it could be played in the playoffs. Brad Curl and Jeff Hollick have the call of the second period of this scoreless tilt.
How good was that chat, Matty?
Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Could have gone for another 15 minutes.
Always great to have the commission of the WHL on. Dan Neer, appreciate his time. All right, Jeff, you've had a chance to settle in, reflect on that first period, to meet your expectations.
Yeah, there's not much separating these hockey clubs. Some days it's just who gets the bounces or who is more able to capitalize on any scoring chances you had and things like that. Not much going separating these clubs here today. Expect more of the same in the next two periods, maybe more.
Down to ice level we go. Calgary and Anders Miller guarding the net to our left. The Tigers and Harrison Menigan to our right. 5 aside. By the way, go to hitmanhockey.com if you want to get in on the 50-50. Jackpot over $95,000. Hey, that's a pretty good haul. As we begin the second, Calgary, the puck, Sawyer Minio will slam it into the Tiger zone. Medicine Hat back on it, left wing corner, Mollendijk. Reverse around to the right side, deep partner Weissenen will hand it off, and here comes St. Martin. The Panthers prospect on the prowl. Stopped on zone entry, though, by Minio. Weisblatt will follow up with it. McKenna heads to the slot. The pass cut off by Tanner Howe. Those two teammates on Canada's World Junior team as Howe leaves it for Parker. He'll go up the right side out of the reach of Tulk, and this will be icing against the hometown Hitmen.
Final meeting of the year, obviously, between these clubs, unless they meet again in the playoffs. If they were to meet in the playoffs, it would be in the East Final. They cannot play each other before that. And, of course, if they're in the East Final, whoever wins this game will get home ice advantage if it goes to a Game 7. So it's stuff on the line here right now, and maybe down 6 weeks from now. The winner of this game plays Saskatoon Swift Current in the first round of the playoffs. Who does not win this game will play Saskatoon. So they know they're going to Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Going to the prairie province of Saskatchewan. Easy to draw, hard to say. My home province. Yours too. Puck out at center ice, looking for it. The Tigers will bring it in. Here's Ward, dumping the puck into the Calgary zone. Sawyer Minio under harassment there. A bit of a high stick up around his chin, and then Minio knocks Ward down. So maybe tit for tat. No penalty either side, and it's Oliver Tulk who has it for Calgary. He'll flick it out to center ice. Grabbed by the body there of Jonas Wu. He'll bring it ahead and dump it into the Calgary left wing corner. Parker up the right wing boards with it. Ward trying to hold it in, did so. On it up the left wing wall. It'll be Ritchie now. High blue line area pass off the skates of Pickford. He's got it again, circling. Dish off pass, but unable to handle it was Wu. Adazinski chopping, but Wu got it by him. Parker will clear it out, and it's all the way down. Fresh ice, chance for icing perhaps. Pickford about a 7 out of 10 of enthusiasm, charging back, trying to draw the call. I don't think he would have caught it anyway, even if he was the world's fastest skater. It's icing Hitmen.
One of the similar strengths of these clubs is their defensemen are able to score. So when you see Medicine Hat right there have puck possession in the offensive zone, they can go to the blue line, and those guys can generate. As a team, the Tigers have 50 goals from their defensemen. Calgary has 57. So we saw Calgary do that in the first period, get it to the blue line, get shots through. Maybe those guys will jump up and create an odd man rush. A lot of options for both these clubs.
Calgary was tagged for icing. They had Carson Burney on the ice, but he had replaced Oliver Tulk, so Tulk has to come back off the bench, and he's going to take this D-zone draw against Misha Volotovsky. Right of Anders Miller. Volotovsky wins it, pulling into the blue line, but out of the reach of the extended arms of Mahonen. They'll work it to the right side, and now it's pushed ahead by the Tigers, but leaves the surface and is whistled down.
The other matchups we know in the Eastern Conference, Brad, for sure, in the first round of the playoffs, it'll be Prince Albert against Edmonton. Last played each other in 2019. Prince Albert beat Edmonton in the East Final 4-2. And the other series will be Lethbridge against Brandon. Last time they played was 2018. Lethbridge won 4-1 in the second round. So we know the rest of the East. We'll touch on the West a little bit later.
East is fascinating because 6 of the 8 teams, the top 6, only have single-digit losses in regulation on home ice this year.
There you go.
So anyone who can win on the road is probably going to pave your way to success in the postseason because the home teams have been so good in the Eastern Conference. Tigers get a shot here. They score! A bouncing puck finds the stick of Ethan Newtons, and the pride of Cochrane, Alberta has opened the scoring. It's 1-0 Medicine Hat.
Yeah, simple things. Calgary has the puck at the hash mark boards. Don't want to clear it too hard to get icing, but they don't clear it hard enough. Shot gets through, and it took a weird bounce, and it goes to Newtons, who's wide open in the middle slot. It goes off the skate of Williams, who's trying to knock it down, and Newton's in a great shooting place. Miller a little bit deep in his crease, maybe not anticipating that puck getting to him that quickly. And Newton's with a big goal here, his 5th of the year. Might be an unassisted goal, we'll see, and it's 1-0 Medicine Hat.
Yeah, not a lot of goals this year from Ethan Newtons, but he would tell you that's maybe his biggest. First goal goes the way of the Tigers.
Of the year scored by number 29, Ethan Newtons. Assist to number 22.
Calgary now with a chance. Bernie for the tie, and the shot is turned away by Mennigan. Let's get the call.
At 1:59.
Get the rest of that call when we got a moment as Calgary had that great scoring chance to try and tie this game as Carson Burney via Harrison Mennigan. But Mennigan able to turn it aside. Puck goes now to the Tigers. McKenna up the right side. St. Martin trying to dance by Hertig. Angles him off and knocks the puck free. Taking over is Yakemchuk up the left side. Boy, it looks like St. Martin's a little wounded here as he goes to the Tigers bench. He is slow as the Hitmen bring the puck in. Wetch no further than the top of the circles. Wu got it to center. The Tigers the other way with it. Here's Weisblatt at the line. Stood up by Yakemchuk. Puck bounces away, and Carson Burney will take command for Calgary. Reversal is stolen back by Ritchie. Right circle shot. Save made by Miller off of Gavin McKenna. And then Weisblatt in behind Miller. Normally the crease belongs to the goalie, but Weisblatt says, I grew up in this city. I can go where I want. And him and Yakemchuk, also a Calgarian, having a good little chuckle.
Yeah, Weisblatt went to the goalie crease, but he did a great job to avoid the goaltender, but maybe he could have avoided even getting that close to the goaltender is what Calgary's upset about. Over 100 points for Weisblatt, over 100 penalty minutes, so he will always be a factor every single shift, whether he touches the puck or not. The goal reads Newton's his 5th of the year. Van Mulligan, who took the point shot, the assist at 1:59. So it went off a Calgary skate, but they'll still give the assist in there. And Medicine Hat, who have won 46 games this year, 33 of them have been when they've scored the first goal of the game. Calgary, by the way, has won 6 games this year when they have not scored the first goal of the game. Not a lot. They've always seemed to get the first goal.
There's a stretch there where they had scored first over 20 games in a row at the Hitmen. Yeah. Tigers here, fan on a play to keep the puck in, and they'll reset at center ice. Bryce Pickford on the left side of the ice. Rink-wide pass complete to Jonas Wu. He'll shoot it in. Got the red line, says the lines person. And Kalen Parker back for Calgary. Now to Minio up the left boards. Wu pinching to hold it in. Blew a tire. It's right back up. Loose puck to Ritchie in the corner. Trying to step out with it. Twisting and turning. Tigers looking to make a play on it. Miller has the net guarded. The puck comes through to him though. And the save made by Miller on the shot from Wu. Rebound to Calgary, and Ethan Moore will float it away. Moore has had such a great start here in the last few weeks. Ever since Oliver Tulk suffered an injury and missed a handful of games, Ethan Moore drew in to a bigger role, and he's been riding the red hot stick ever since. Entering today on a 4-game goal scoring streak. Puck in the Calgary zone. Kindle will leave it back. It's Hunter Ora to his right. There's Kindle. Couldn't take the pass. Tigers are on it. And Liam Ruck will bring it in up the left side. Jamming the brakes is Gordon Carroll. Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Slap shot doesn't get through. Calgary's Tulk a chance to clear. Bumped off by Gordon Carroll, but to center it goes, and away goes Howe. Up the right side now to Kindle. In on a 2-on-3. Turler's Tulk. Here's a shot. Mennigan the save. With a screening Howe in front. Rebound on the boards. Rammed off is the defenseman Mahonen. Tulk, man strength there, able to knock it free. He's got Kindle right corner. Blue line. Ora the shot deflected by Tulk wide. Behind the net now. Trying to bank it up a Mennigan. Hit the goalie. Came back to Tulk in the corner. Kindle in to help it out. Ben Kindle with it now. Looking to tie this game for Calgary. In the left circle, the shot is wide. Rebound to the Tigers and just throw it out of the zone. The clear there from Marcus Ruck.
Tigers' fourth line caught out there for a long shift. Calgary allowed to change.
Fresh bodies in the form of Carson Burney bringing in. Shot wide of the glove hand of Mennigan. Rebound goes to Aduzinski left corner. Ben Mulligan after him, but Aduzinski spun free. Loose puck, Weisblatt. He'll take a hit. Have the puck to the point, but not out. Calgary couldn't touch it. They said it was delayed offside, and St. Martin threw it to the Tiger bench. Nearly too many men on the ice as the Tiger was leaping to get out of the fray. Hitman now turning up. Yakemchuk ahead of Burney. Unable to get it over to Wetch. Medicine Hat takes command. Here's McKenna, left wing. Weisblatt at center. He's drilled off the puck. Following up is McKenna into the Calgary zone. The shot off of Yakemchuk, kisses glass, bounced around the corner. Weisblatt unable to find it. St. Martin does. Blue line. He'll go D to D. Molendyk shooting. Ripped it wide, looking for the backdoor tip in from Weisblatt. Never got it. And with a miss of the net, it's all the way back into the Medicine Hat zone. Calgary changing. 5.5 gone here in the second. 1-0 Medicine Hat on that goal from Ethan Newtons here in the second period. Shots are 12 apiece. Calgary in their own zone. West out to center. Here comes Vinston on the move. Gorzinski with him. Vinston, front of the net play. Cut off by the goaltender. Mennigan for his defense. Wu up ahead, and Volotovsky will escape the zone. Headed to the Calgary line. Chipped down by Minio. Loose puck. Wu trying to chop it ahead. Blocked by Gorzinski. Newton's looking for it. Can't come up with it. Tigers Wu now. Left side Pickford. Two right shot defensemen paired together. Up the right wing over the line, but not deep. Thrusted out by Minio. Skated onto by Murner. Headman pass to Moore. He'll try a long shot off the stick of Pickford, and it's out of play.
Yeah, early goal by the Medicine Hat Tigers. Calgary's responded well. They've had the last 3 shots on goal. Still trail 1-0.
Timeout down on ice level. We'll step away. You're tuned to Hitmen Hockey and our coverage of the Western Hockey League on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Hey, hon, did you see the hail dented the shed?
No, but yesterday's hail definitely found the fence.
Today's hail got the car out front. At least now it matches the fence.
That is one way of looking at it.
Severe weather in Alberta is becoming an everyday part of life, and we all pay the price. In fact, last year was one of the worst ever. Canada's insurance industry is working hard to help you adapt, recover, and protect the things we love. Learn more at ibc.ca/tomorrow.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed a musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.ca/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed where work is performed. See website for details.
This is Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Let's go.
Well, it feels like a playoff game, doesn't it, Brad? The line matchups looking for advantages. The Tigers send out their 4th line. Calgary sends out their 1st. Tigers then on the fly send out their top line against Calgary's 4th line. Things are happening here.
Calgary trying to happen their way onto the scoreboard, but a shot from Yakemchuk off a face-off win is over top of the net. Kindle works the corner on down to Tanner Howell. Blocked up by Vicenen. Molendyk's got Kindle. And the loose puck will go free. Tigers are on it, and it's Ward. Chance to bring it ahead. Matthew Ward to center ice. Touched off by Pacheco looking for Ritchie. Ritchie confused me. I saw number 21. I know that's Ryder Ritchie, but he had a full shield on in the first period. Doesn't have one in the second. Delayed penalty coming to the Tigers. Calgary works it in front with a pass from Talk to Yakemchuk. No good. And then down goes Harrison Mennigan around his crease. And Tigers may be feeling that he was knocked over, although we'll see what materializes here.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened after the whistle with Mennigan around his crease, but the puck was at the hash marks. Calgary looking dangerous through the neutral zone, and they might be calling 2 penalties here, Brad. One aside.
Looks like Pacheco for Medicine Hat and Yakemchuk for Calgary being signaled out. Yakemchuk confused. Carson Wetch, the captain, comes over to talk to the referee. So they must have felt that Mennigan was upended by Yakemchuk. I, like you, had my eyes elsewhere. I looked backwards and Mennigan was falling down. I don't know how he got that way.
Yeah, Calgary looking dangerous through the neutral zone. Pacheco with the trip knocked down Yakemchuk, and then after the whistle sounded, again, didn't see what happened with Mennigan down. So we'll skate 4-on-4 for a full 2 minutes.
They give Yakemchuk unsportsmanlike conduct. See the neutral zone trip if you're watching on WHL Live and on YouTube, and see if we get a look on the Mennigan takedown here. It's like an inadvertent contact as Yakemchuk had his eyes towards the whistle, and his right leg clipped the back of the leg of Mennigan, and down he went. So offsetting opens up 4-on-4. Tigers come in, right circle shot. Unable to get it through was Vicen in on the setup from McKenna. It's Adazinski now in the Calgary zone. Able to bebop his way away from Gavin McKenna. Leave Weisblatt in his dust as he brings it over the line. Drop past Minio, firing! Blocker save made by Mennigan. Rebound all the way to center. That's good clear by the goaltender. Just punch it out to neutral ice. Parker now in the Calgary zone. Up for Sawyer Minio and that 8-game point scoring streak. The Canucks prospect works his way in. Pushed on by Pickford. Able to get it back though. Fed the line, but Calgary was changing, so there was nobody there to keep it in. Hunter Ora in his own zone. Got to be careful. McKenna's there. Played it by him. He's got Hurtig. Flames prospect will dish off to Ora. Nice little spinorama to shake off Weisblatt, but his pass is blocked. Ora's got it again. The pride of Kamloops, BC. Left side to the Swedish import Hurtig. Now up the right side. Wetch will bring it in. Sharks prospect trying to bite, but the shot is wide. Rebound off the left circle. Ora down low. Once again, Wetch. 33 goals. His 33rd came last night in Red Deer. Blue line, it's Ora. Trying to pass across, fanned on it, dumped the corner. Connor Vidston spins off at Chekawu, brought it in front, shot, chest save made by Mennigan. Took it right on the logo. And the loose puck to Medicine Hat on the right side of the ice. It'll be skated out by Wu, up to St. Martin. Calgary line, no further. Hurtig stretch pass, he's got Ben Kindle away, partial breakaway. Pickford tracking, Kindle fends him off, shot, scores! 99 points for Ben Kindle. It's tied the game. Hitmen won, Tigers won here in the second.
Not a clear-cut breakaway for Kindle. Almost had one hand on his stick for much of the drive to the net. His original shot is stopped by Mennigan, but then the rebound looked like it might have went in off of the Tiger defender or Kindle or something, or the goalie brought it with him. Looked like Kindle just one shot on the net. Mennigan skating back in his crease. Oh, that original shot goes right through him, Brad. That went all the way in. Tied 1-1. Great stretch pass, great finish. Kindle's got 35.
What a terrific job to hold off the defending Tiger, recognizing if I can keep him at bay, I'll get a scoring chance, and boy, did he ever. Red light on, Calgary's first goal.
5th of the year, scored by number 11, Ben Kindle. Assist number 6, Axel Hurtig. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 25 seconds. Kindle, 35th of the year from Hurtig at 8:25.
Great pass from Hurtig to Springham. Tigers now coming in. Mollendijk shot off the shaft of the goal stick of Miller. Headed wide anyway. Tulk trying to back pass it, turned it over. Tigers, Mollendijk left circle. Can't take the feed over there from Ward. He'll work the left corner, taken away by Calgary. Tulk bodied, loose puck Parker, he'll get it out. Away goes Tanner Howe. Yakemchuk with him. Yakemchuk now changing. Howe by himself. Shot blocked. Tiger breakaway pass. Ward, blue line in. One-on-one versus Miller. Shot fired and wide. What a chance for the Tigers to reestablish the lead with a shot missing the net. Miller staring down Ward. Gave him nothing. We play on 1-1. 10:40 to go here in the second period. After a scoreless first period, Jeff, it's starting to cook here in the second.
Breakaways aside, Kindle scored on his. Ward misses the net, and the challenging goaltender. He had nothing to shoot at.
Tigers coming through center. Here comes Ryder Ritchie. Bodied over by Hurtig. Following up is the defenseman Mahonen. Back push on Williams, and the loose puck to Calgary. It is Hurtig. Out to center looking for Gorzinski. Too far ahead. Tigers Mahonen at his own blue line. Knocked it free. Got a man St. Martin. A little bit of speed outside. Dangerous in with a shot over top of the goal. Off the glass. Unable to keep it in was Medicine Hat's Pickford. Center ice Wu will dump it in. Miller out of the goal for Calgary. Left side of the ice, Dax Williams. Touch pass. Looking for Bernie at center. Ahead now to Adazinski. One-on-one against Pickford, who runs him off in the corner. Loose puck to Medicine Hat. Weisblatt will rim it ahead. McKenna kicked it to a teammate. Wu kicked it out of the zone, and Calgary will reset. They've outshot Medicine Hat 16-12 tonight. 9:40 remains on the second of this 1-1 tie. Like the scoreboard, they're locked up in the standings as well. The winner of this game gets the division and the conference and the #1 playoff seed on this side. Everett has the #1 seed on the western side as the play is whistled on a neutral zone. They're out of play, I believe.
Tigers got two players who over 100 points on the year. McKenna 126, Weisblatt 102, and for Calgary they've got one right at 100 with Oliver Tulk. Kindle knocking on the door with 99 points with that 35th goal of the year, and we're tied 1-1. Again, since that Medicine Hat goal, it's been all Calgary. Puck possession, winning battles, getting scoring chances, but again, Ward on the breakaway missed the net on the best scoring chance the Tigers have had in a while.
Draw down, Tigers get another one on the blocker save, then covered by Anders Miller as they won it back to the hot shooting Newtons, who has the Tigers goal. By the way, that Kindle strike, not only his 35th of the year, Jeff, his 50th career goal for Ben Kindle.
Yeah, such a great player. He does everything right. Again, used his strength in his off arm to get the defender off of him and then get a shot on net. He went right to the crease. Just did everything he could.
9:27 remaining in the second. 1-1 tie off the draw. Newton's to the net. And the save made by Miller as Newton swam the Calgary check and just pounded it on. But Miller able to stand tall. Tigers up to 14 shots. Yakemchuk now ahead, pestered by Newtons. He stole the puck away, then he's clobbered by Ethan Moore at the bench. Loose puck goes to Calgary. There is Moore. He'll dial it in on the glass. Medicine Hat back to go get it. Bison around him, Allendike. Pressed on. Double hit down there. Moore and Vidston. Tigers throw it out. Volotovsky's pass missing Newtons, who can't catch up to it. He's used all his energy on this shift. He's been dangerous. You want your fourth line to be a factor. You're not just dressed in a jersey on the bench, and both teams have very good fourth lines. Tigers have Volotovsky with Newtons and McCann. Calgary's got Hansen with Ing and Murner, and they've all been noticeable.
Tigers, some tired players on the icing call. Calgary's top line hops off the bench right away.
Oliver Tulk against Misha Volotovsky, catching left of Harrison Menigan, who has the unpainted white goalie mask, reminiscent of the 1970s. Off the draw, Tigers have the puck, and it's Bison, and he'll come to center. Red line accomplished and dumps the puck in. Miller will flag it for the defense. There's Axel Hertig as the assist on the Ben Kindle breakaway pass. Up ahead now to Williams, right side. Howe touching to Kindle, who tried to slide through, couldn't get all the way free with the puck. He got through. Loose in the neutral zone, Tigers are on it. Here's St. Martin. Kindle checking him. Linesman sitting on top of the bench trying to stay out of the way. As St. Martin dumps it in on Miller. He'll handle it, give it aside for Dax Williams. 19-year-old blue liner. Play up the boards. Ricochet off teammate Howe. Loose into the slot. McKenna trying to find it for Medicine Hat. Does. Off left circle now. Hunter St. Martin. Slot play. Weisblatt shot. Glove save. Made by Miller. It was partially blocked. That might have been tougher to stop, and Miller had it anyway.
Yeah, Kindle's reaching stick got a piece of that one, and sometimes can confuse the goaltender, but it flutters towards the goalie's glove hand, and he hangs on for the faceoff. Entertaining game here. Out west, Brad, some of the playoff matchups that we know about. Everett, who won the regular season championship, will play Seattle. On the map, you can't get any closer than those two teams, right?
I was going to say, they won the travel lottery.
They could probably play their road games while staying at home. They could just travel there back and forth. They played each other last in 2018. Everett won 4-1 in the first round.
One of the matches to watch out west. Off the draw here, Tigers had a shot, and they'll get it back to the blue line now. Pickford off the left circle, skate ahead with it, shooting! Good block by David Adasinski. Laying it on the line, he's got no hockey stick. Still went down into that shooting lane. Tigers keep it in. Woo behind the net now. Liam Rock off to his brother Marcus, but Kalen Parker's got him wrapped. Liam tucked it in front, but couldn't get it to Schaefer Gordon Carroll. It'll be Minio for the Hitmen. Up ahead, stick into his face off this blade of Gordon Carroll. Well, there's no high sticking call. Minio will stay out. Tigers dump the puck in, and they're going to go for a line change. Anders Miller sets it off for Sawyer Minio. Bank pass far blue line. Carson Wetch will chisel it in. Harrison Menigan leaves the Tigers net. David, a defenseman, Wu ducking under a check of Adasinski. And the Tigers bring it to center. Here comes Pacheco, 1-on-2. Pacheco, drop pass, a chance for Ritchie. But he couldn't find it, then he fell down. Tigers get it back. Mollendijk at the line. Screen shot. They have hit his own man, Ward, and it's up and out of play.
Well, face-off coming up in the Calgary zone. We do know that Calgary, whoever they play, will have home ice advantage in the first round. Game 1 Friday here at 7 o'clock, and then Sunday afternoon at 2. I believe the Tigers' home games will be this Friday and Saturday. Officially will be announced after this game is done. There's 3 other games in the WHL today, Brad, but they don't factor into the standings at all. This is the only one, and of course a big one here for the Central Division.
7:09 to go in the second period. Nothing's been decided so far. It's Medicine Hat 1, Calgary 1. Tigers scored first. Newtons, Kindle has tied it for the Hitmen. Draw in the Calgary zone. Hertig up the boards with it. Gorzinski will get it to center, and away goes Connor Vidston. Now ahead Ethan Moore, back to Vidston, break to the net, backhand, save made by Menigan. As Vidston tried to find 5-hole, but there wasn't one. And the Tigers go the other way with it. It'll be laid in by Newtons. Goaltender Miller out of the net. He'll play it up on the glass, bouncing puck. Murner unable to get it out. Kept in by Medicine Hat, right circle pass, Weisblatt on down to Ritchie in front. Unable to get it to the doorstep for Ward, and now grabbed by Miller at the side of the goal.
Good passing, tape on the tape. Calgary moved in the neutral zone. Vidston was going so fast, and when he probably looked up, the goaltender is kneeling down in front of him, tried to be a little chip shot through the legs, but obviously Menigan was there.
So still 1-1. Shot clock even as well, 17 apiece. We're late in the second on your home of Hitmen hockey at Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Hi, John O'Brien, President and CEO of Reliance Home Comfort. Did you know that over 1.3 million homeowners call on Reliance for the water heater needs? With over 140,000 five-star Google reviews and over 60 years of experience, you could say we're water heater experts. Switch to Reliance today. We'll give you up to $1,500 when you rent a new tankless water heater, plus standard installation is included for all your hot water needs.
Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey folks, Kelly Rudy here for Okotoks Nissan. I recently pulled out my old black and silver goalie pads and my blue bandana. Those beauties have seen it all, but I think it's time for an upgrade both for my goalie equipment and my vehicle. It's time to head 15 minutes south of the city to Okotoks Nissan for a relaxed, stress-free buying experience. Nope. Greens here, unlike my gold grease. You know exactly what you're paying with their upfront pricing. So dust off your old gear and head to Okotoks Nissan today. They're worth the trip.
Now, back to Brad Curl and Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Kindle with his 35th of the year, Brad. His 4th against the Medicine Hat Tigers. McKenna leads the Tigers against the Hitmen this year. He's got 13 points in 5 games.
1-1 tie here with 6.5 to go in the second period. Puck in the Calgary zone. Hitman in possession. It's Kalen Parker. He'll reverse to Sawyer Minio. Pressed by St. Martin. Got it to center. Howe shoved over before he could reach the puck. And the Tigers take command. Here's Gavin McKenna. Snaps one in and rattles around behind the net. Weisblatt chisels to the high slot. St. Martin arrives on the scene. Wanders out near the blue line and will swing it down to Weisblatt. Operates on the right hash. Looking to the points. Pass picked off. And away goes Ben Kindle. Centered with teammates. Howe with him along with Talk, but they can't navigate the line. Weisblatt jammed it, then coughed it up to a checking Kindle, who then falls. And the Tigers get it back. It's Veti Väisänen. Left side, Tanner Mollendijk. Center ice, Gavin McKenna. Touch it on to Weisblatt over the line. Drop pass, McKenna. Down to Weisblatt. Walk to the net. Back pass, McKenna on goal. And the save made by Miller, who wants to cover it. And he'll hold it for a whistle.
Yeah, that chemistry with Weisblatt and McKenna. 2 full years of playing together on the same line combination. They don't have to see each other to know where they are, Brad. They're just tic-tac-toeing it out there. Calgary very aware of McKenna in close to deny a good scoring chance.
Weisblatt's so good on his edges. He's just a fun player to watch. You never know what direction he's going to go.
Those two together are like Talk and Kindle. They just, how do they do it? How can they, it's fast-paced, high energy every shift.
And all but one of them have 100 points. Ben Kindle at 99, hoping to join that club today. Puck to center ice. Calgary's Dax Williams on it. In his own zone, right side of the ice. Hunter, Ora. Ora will bank it ahead. Did Wetch get a piece? Yes, no icing. Bennigan out of the Tigers net, wants to play it up the boards. Looking for a teammate, got a man. McCann trying to slip it to the middle. Caden McCann had the puck come back to him, and now it's center. He'll rifle it ahead. Knocked down by the glove. The Calgary defense, Williams ahead now. Bernie at the line. He's wiped out by Volotovsky. Helping out Adazinski, and they'll get it in deep. And the Hitmen will go to a line change. Tigers out shooting Calgary 18-17, but it's a 1-1 score. Medicine Hat McCann copped it up the center at Murner, and he'll dump it in and go to work on the forecheck. Dan Mulligan back defensively for Medicine Hat. Around to Liam Ruck in the right circle. Chased by Hansen, leaves it for his defense. It's Van Mulligan in the left corner. Round to the right side, hopped away from a defenseman. Ings got it, back door, just misses Murner. That hot potato pass nearly found Ethan Murner. Murner now works the right corner for Calgary. Van Mulligan all over him, will tie him up, grab onto his arm and his stick. He cannot move. Lucas Hansen in to help out. Ing as well for Calgary. That puck just welded there in the skates of Ethan Murner, and he's held to the boards by Van Mulligan. Now it squirts free, but only momentarily. Now it's whacked out by Ing, and a race for it. Vincent off the bench for Calgary. He's fresh, works the left corner. Cycle it down low, but Volotovsky will take it away. Give it for his defense. Van Mulligan, does he have anything left after that board war? Found McCann, who ices the puck. Waved off, says the linesman. As Hertzig back for Calgary. Head now to Carter Yakemchuk. Stretch pass, chipped in by Ethan Moore. Off the backboards, grabbed by Mennigan. And then gets a face of snow on a flyby from Brandon Gorzinski.
Other matchups out in the Western Conference, Brad, we'll see Victoria play Tri-City. Victoria winning the BC division. And they played each other only once in their playoff history. Tri-City winning 4 games to none in 2018. So James Patrick in the Victoria Royals just a year or so ago towards the bottom of the BC division. Added some key players. Reshny, 17-year-old in his draft year, should be a first-round pick. Watch out for the Royals in the Western Conference.
Got former Hitman assistant coach Don McGilvery, part of that coaching staff as well. Off the draw, shot taken by Sawyer Minio, goes off the stick and up and out of play.
Harrison Mennigan's been great in this period. A couple of breakaways against him. One was he was beaten on by Kindle, but he was the Central Division goaltender of the year last year with Lethbridge. Second team All-Star the year before with Lethbridge. No playoff wins though. They lost 4 straight in the playoffs last year, so looking to change that here with the Tigers in the postseason.
And a trade that shocked the rest of the WHL when that happened. Off the draw, Hitmen have the puck. Trying to make a play down to Gorzinski. It'll come to the blue line. Kalen Parker's shot hit his own man, Gorzinski. Tigers will take it away. Backed up by Pacheco for his defense. Wu works it around right side, and Pickford slow to move it. Gorzinski bodies him. Loose puck comes free to Ritchie. Looking for Ward, can't get it out. They will now. Pickford found his man Wu. Chin strap came undone, does it back up, takes a pass. Pickford right side of the ice for Ward, but it's knifed away. Good checking by Kindle and Howe. Kindle now for Calgary in his own zone. Right side Parker, he'll bring it up. Center ice Tulk, took a bit of a late hit there from Wu, but able to get the puck in. Pickford back defensively. On top of him, Kindle, who dug it free for the Hitmen. Fed the line to Hertig, but the pass explodes off his stick. He'll reset at center and go right side Yakemchuk. Quick up on the left wing to Kindle. Bounce by him on the boards. He's cross-checked down by Hunter St. Martin. Puck loose. Tulk took a wallop from Ward, and Ward will bring the puck ahead for the Tigers. Now to St. Martin. Good checking by Yakemchuk to body him down. Weisblatt carries ahead, but he has to deal with Hertig. Boy, everybody checking. It's been so good. Both teams really committed to the cause today in this 1-1 second period. 2.5 to go in it. Calgary at center. Tulk slams it in. Tigers back defensively. Have it on the left boards. McKenna ahead. Molendyk looking for Weisblatt. Shovel to the middle into the feet of a teammate, but it came back his way. Couldn't find it. Molendyk does, and he'll jay it up for Väisänen. Jumping ahead. Can't get the Calgary line with it. Hitmen take it back. Tigers change. Stretch pass. Calgary got a 2-on-1. Bernie's got a man breaking, but he couldn't get it to Wetch. As he danced off Molendyk, he fanned on the pass. If that gets through, Wetch is gone. Tigers the other way with it. And unable to get the puck to the front of the net was Gordon Carroll. He'll center it now. Shot McKenna. Stopped by Miller, who got to his left on the always dangerous Gavin McKenna.
You mentioned Ryder Ritchie was wearing a full face shield in the first period. Not sure if something happened in the game yesterday that he needed it, but sometimes those players go, I can't play with this on.
I can't breathe.
I can't see. I'm not sure if it was something just for this game that he had it on, or he's had it on for a while, but sometimes guys just do not like that full face shield at all. Some go with the cage too, but he's got nothing now.
Ritchie used to wearing it though, because he had a scary skate blade cut up around the cheek earlier on this year. Missed some time, and when he came back, he had the full bubble on.
Get this off of me. I'm guessing is what was said.
I'm guessing you're right, because it's no longer on. Calgary getting the puck down the ice. Medicine had to go get it. Here's Ilo-Pekka Mahonen, the pick of the Dallas Stars. Got it to center. Hitman trying to dump it back in. Ethan Moore jammed up at the blue line. Onside, they say, but now whistled as the Tigers' clearing effort goes into the Calgary bench.
Well, if Medicine Hat wins this game, they go on to play the Swift Current Broncos. Brad, during the year, they had 2 wins and 2 losses against the Broncos. If they lose this game, they'll play Saskatoon, where they had a record of 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 overtime loss. So pretty well even. Calgary against Swift Current, 4-1, and against Saskatoon, 2-2. But again, you look at this playoffs, no matter where you are in the standings, whether you have home ice or not, I do not see a 4-game sweep at all.
Nor do I. Draw to Calgary. Yakemchuk shooting off a stick and up and out of play. The playoffs this year have so much intrigue, because quite often you look at 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, and go, yeah, that's an easy one to pick. Not this year, because especially in the Eastern Conference, a lot of the teams went shopping. Saskatoon went selling, but they nearly won the East Division this year. They came down to last night. They lost in Prince Albert. Otherwise, they would have been the East Division champs.
Prince Albert, Brandon, Saskatoon separated just by a point for first place in that division.
Fascinating. And here in the Central, equally as enticing, Calgary and Medicine Hat playing for it all here today. To who wins the division and who gets the conference right now. Scoreboard even at 1. Final minute 25 of the second. Medicine Hat coming to center. Here comes St. Martin. Dumping the puck into the Calgary zone. Kalen Parker back. St. Martin the body. Parker got it up but not out. McKenna held it in. Center pass cut off by Bernie. Break pass now to Wetch. 2-on-1 with Adazinski. Wetch off the left circle shot. Shoulder save. Rebound. Penalty hauled away by the Tigers. St. Martin out of center. Here comes Weisblatt. He's twisting, he's turning, he slips one back on the scene. St. Martin, high slot, McKenna, touched it off, Molendyk scores! Tanner Molendyk. And the Medicine Hat Tigers back in front. It's 2-1 with under a minute to go in the second.
Well, that's what he talked about. This game is so even. Calgary at 2-on-1, couldn't finish it off, and then Calgary coming back defensively, and it's a 4-way passing play by Medicine Hat. All their forwards touch the puck, and then it hits the trailing Molendyk, and he gets the goal. McKenna, I'm not sure if he was the first person or the third person to touch the puck to extend his point streak, Brad, but the Tigers lead for the second time today.
Molendyk with his 47th point of the year for the first-round pick of the Nashville Predators in the 2023 NHL Draft. Tigers' 20th shot gives them the 2-1 advantage. Drawn center, dumped into the Tiger zone. Mennigan out of the net will put it up on the dash here. It'll come to the line. Aura trying to hold it in.
Assist to number 16, Hunter St. Martin. And to number 7, Oasis Weisblatt. Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 2 seconds. Molendyk, 9th of the year from St. Martin, and Weisblatt at 19:02.
Final 35 seconds down the period. Howe for Calgary. Blue line shot. Aura couldn't get it through. Hunter Aura has goals in back-to-back games. Trying to tie it here. Now the Tigers are going to bring it up. Here's Ritchie off the left circle. Sticked away by Hurtig. Ritchie gets it back. He'll go wide on the right side. Now swing it down low. Matthew Ward forgot the puck. Got bodies by Hurtig. Loose on it, Pacheco. He's tied up by Talk. Loose puck Calgary. Hurtig will bump it ahead, and Kindle with 8 seconds to go in the period wants to kill the clock. He'll back it up now for Aura, and that will accomplish that decision. Horn signifies the end of 40. Tigers get a late goal in the final minute to take the 2-1 lead to the dressing room after 2, Jeff.
Yeah, pretty even period. Again, Calgary the better of scoring chances for a stretch. Then Medicine Hat steps on the gas pedal, and when they do, they move it around so well in the offensive zone. Little bit of a breakdown in the Calgary end of the rink with a minute to go there to create that great scoring chance. But again, Calgary had some partial breakaways. Looked like they were going to get a power play that period, but saying that Yakemchuk ran into the goaltender, which he is now talking with the officials about here after the buzzer. So little moments in this game where it could go either way. But Calgary, for the scoring chances they've had, been pretty good. If they can get some more of those in the third, this game is not over. The Tigers have only lost 4 games this year when leading after 2, and Calgary's only won once when trailing after 2, but this is only the 13th time all year that Calgary finds himself down going to the final frame. Not a lot.
So the stakes are high. The division and the conference title. 20 minutes or more yet to decide it as we bring in the host of Hitmen Hockey once again, Matty Rose. You said you were so excited for this game. Where are you at now through 40 minutes? I think it's met expectations. This one has been a Jim darn dandy.
It's been one of the best hockey games I've seen all season, and I've covered a lot of hockey games in this building, boys. It's been up and down the ice. Both teams getting their chances. Mennigan had to make a couple of really tough stops there. It's an unfortunate breakdown, and this is one of those teams that you can't have any breakdowns because they will make you pay. They are loaded with talent, and it just so happened to come against their top unit with Molendyk and the top line with McKenna and everybody else out there. I think that the Hitmen have actually played quite well against the McKenna unit through 40 minutes here today, but it just shows you they don't need much to find the back of the net. So you're going to need another push here. I've liked the Hitmen as far as getting pucks to the net and being physical. When they're getting their forecheck going, they're creating some chances, right? The turnovers are coming from the Tigers' defense, and that's somewhere that the Hitmen really make some of their best plays come off that aggressive forecheck.
Nice to see Ben Kindle get career point, or I guess season point number 99. He had kind of gone into a bit of a scoring slump, but you need your big players to score big goals, and Kindle tied it there in the second.
Exactly. He gets the partial breakaway, and it was one where you weren't sure. It looked like he was late in the shift, kind of running out of gas a little bit, and there's a defender draped all over him, a bigger defender, and right at the last moment, Kindle perfectly times kind of his push-off, throws a little bit of his shoulder to just push the defender off enough, but also take contact to the point where you're not going to get called for goalie interference as you kind of follow the puck into the crease. And that's a tough one for the goaltender to stop. It's a little chip backhand with one hand. How are you supposed to predict that? And Mennigan couldn't handle it as he was skating backwards and rolled right through him and into the net. So a lot of fun here so far.
Question for you. We teased it with WHL Commissioner Dan Neer joining you after 20 minutes about could you get any expansion talk out of him. Where did he lie when you asked him about WHL expansion?
He said I should have asked him after 10:30 tomorrow. And I said, that's not really how your schedule worked, sir. But I can say the Penticton Vs do have an announcement on the WHL YouTube channel tomorrow at 10:30. And the Penticton Vs are the BCHL club that Elliot Freeman reported on Saturday Night Headlines on Hockey Night in Canada that are going to join the WHL as another expansion team into Canada here. One of the premier franchises in the BCHL for years. A lot of great players have come out of that team that now play in the NHL and have gone on to some really good things. So He wouldn't confirm it, but it seems like it's going to happen tomorrow.
And the talk is Chilliwack the following year also they want to have in the league as well. They're just looking for an ownership group. That's the story going around.
Well, and this ownership group for the Penticton Vs is going to be led by Mike Richter, former New York Rangers netminder and one of the best goaltenders of his era, and Mark Scheifele, who is currently with the Winnipeg Jets, has been part of that dynamite top line with in Winnipeg with Kyle Connor and with Gabe Velarde. And his tie to it is that one of the other owners, the name escapes me right now, but it was his billet when he was playing in the OHL. And so that's kind of the tie that Mark Scheifele has. So it sounds like he's going to be a part of this organization as well.
And Richter's son played for Penticton years ago or two. Is that the story? I think I heard something about this.
There was something.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll find out for you.
But it does make sense, Jeff, to your point. If Penticton is joining the WHL, one thing you don't like is you don't want an odd number of teams. You like to have even number of teams.
That's
it
what
makes it so much easier when it comes to scheduling. You don't want teams sitting dark. So to bring in one, it does make sense to go to two. And hey, let's not forget how much the Western Canadian population has grown since, the WHL first began. Look at Calgary, for an example. So I know initially many years ago, the naysayers always said to me, Jeff, is the talent pool deep enough? Is the talent pool deep enough? More people than ever are now playing hockey. There's more kids to pick from, and now with the NCAA rule changes,
that's
that
the big thing.
Has definitely changed as well.
That's the big thing. If they're going to get more players that normally would go to the BC League and the Alberta Junior League to come to the WHL instead, you do have a lot of players at this level. You might be losing guys like Tulk earlier as well, but I think the feeling is enough new players are going to be joining the league very quickly here to have room to expand and still have the same quality of players.
So Tom Richter, 24-year-old son of Mike Richter, did play one season with the Penticton Vs and then has continued to play at Union College. And then his other son, Beanie Richter, a.k.a. William Richter, is 20 years old and is at Yale University, and he played 2 seasons with the Penticton Vs before he went on to join Yale. So, a couple of connections there for Mike Richter.
The thing that excites me as a fan, if Penticton is legit, is number one, it's a hockey market. They've had so much success drawing attendance in Penticton. And number two, there's it's like Winnipeg. We're going to go there and maybe we'll build a building. We want to build a building. We're not building a building. Okay, are we still going to build a building? No, we're not. And we're going to end up in Wenatchee. There's immediate stability.
They're ready.
The Flames have their rookie tournament there every year. I've never been, but I hear it's a magnificent.
Yeah, I haven't been able to go either, but it is one of those kind of marquee events and has been on the schedule for a while. And any time that you can kind of add an organization like Penticton that, like we said, prior to this NCAA ruling, we saw a whole bunch of AJHL teams move to the BCHL because it was looked at as the premier spot to kind of get players not only from your region, but to attract some of the best American players to your teams as a little bit of a stopgap between their, club hockey, their prep hockey, and going on to playing in the NCAA. And with this ruling from the NCAA that CHL players are no longer void from going and playing their level of hockey, I'm just really intrigued to see how the landscape continues to shift between the CHL, the next level of Junior A with the AJHL, the BCHL, all of those teams across Canada. We got the Centennial Cup coming to our city pretty quick here. So there's a lot of different things at hand here. What NCAA teams are going to look like. There's a whole bunch of questions on where Gavin McKenna is going to play next year, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I think all three of us here as WHL fans and people who work in this league would love to see Gavin McKenna continue to play here and be drafted by an NHL team out of the Medicine Hat Tigers. But at the same time, does it make more sense for him, a player who already has 126 points this season and missed a month of action, to go and start playing against older players in NCAA and start getting a little bit of a head start on maybe a college career? I don't know the answer to that, but it's one of the questions that certainly has started to pop up here.
And the other two things also with Penticton, they're in the area of Kelowna, so there has to be a fee paid to Kelowna, I believe, to be in that area. And if there is an expansion team, obviously Calgary is going to lose a player at least to the expansion draft, so that affects all the WHL teams effective this summer.
Last time it happened was the Edmonton Oil Kings, and I remember Robin Fegren, who was one of their 2 import players, was claimed by the Oil Kings. So if you remember the name Robin Fegren, that's a long time ago since the WHL had that expansion draft.
I don't.
The intermission's half done. Good job.
Well done,
we
boys.
gotta let you go. What else you got?
Well, we were thinking about playing Flames audio, but I much prefer the chat that we just had to kind of recap what I had with Dan Neer, the commissioner of the WHL, back in the first intermission. But we'll do the scoring summary, because unlike the first period, we had some goals scored in period number 2. So we'll get into that, and before you know it, you boys are going to be back on the air. Not long to catch your breath, and you certainly need it with the way these two teams are flying up and down the ice.
I'd sign up for this 8 days a week. This has been great.
Oh, it's been amazing. I was laughing during one of the commercial breaks, and you apologized to Jeff. Sorry, I stepped on you there. I was like, there's no time for Jeff. No. There's no time. They're going up and down the ice. There's no time right now.
All I get is, and that's it. There's another scoring chance.
Another good play.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go take a break. 8:45 left in the intermission. Matt Rose is back. We've chiseled off 10 minutes there. Hope you enjoyed it and you're still with us. Oh, we'll take a break. It's Tigers 2, Hitmen 1 after 40 on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
At Fountain Tire, focus is
thank
taking
you,
care
friends.
of your vehicle. Your focus? Saving up to 25% off select tires. Plus, getting up to a $120 mail-in rebate on a set of 4 select tires until April 26th.
So use all of your
We're on this road
commercials here. We won't take another break in the intermission.
Incredibly beautiful.
Come back, scoring summary, play the 3 clips, and it'll be time for the boys to take over. We got 8 minutes until the third period here.
The woman you love an engagement ring from the land you love,
Spence can make that happen.
you will definitely, positively
Ring at
amazing.
Spence.
That's
Spence
perfect.
Diamond engagement rings are lovingly manufactured in Canada.
Always happy.
Always will be.
Spence. Across from Chinook Center.
Guys, shh, she's coming.
Celebratory bubbles, paired perfectly with drink scents. Keep alcohol enjoyable with moderation at drinksense-tips.ca.
With Seco Clean Surface Paint, stress less about life's unavoidable stains. Its ultra
I'm
washable
gonna go fill up my
finish
water.
makes
Give me 2
clean
seconds
walls
here.
a breeze. Sorry, Crayon Mark. Better luck next time, Smudge. Save 30% until April 2nd. Seco? See color.
True North meets True South. Quesada brings together quality Canadian-sourced ingredients with the bold, vibrant flavors of Mexico. Taste real Mexican flavor with Canadian heart. Quesada burritos and tacos. Proudly Canadian, boldly Mexican.
Here at Home Hardware's Bring Beauty Tone Home Reno sale, everyone's saving on everything they need to tackle their reno project. Like bringing their living room into this century with 25% off Canadian-made Beauty Tone Pure Interior and Specialty Paint. Or tackling that bathroom reno with up to $200 off Max shower units. That's better. Earn and redeem Scene Plus points during the Bring Beauty Tone Home Reno sale. On now at Home Hardware and Building Centers.
If you look
have about a minute and then a 12-second ID.
Perfect,
just
thank
a
you.
place. It's the roar of a hockey game. A warm fire, crackling, roasting marshmallows. Friendly response when you hold the door.
Oh, thank you.
At Soundwave Hearing Care, they're proudly Canadian-owned and locally operated. So they understand the importance of hearing the sounds that make this country home. Get your hearing tested today. Visit soundwavehearing.com.
Supporting Canadian businesses has never been more important. That's why Canada Post is committed to making it easier to ship Canadian with our best rates ever. Right now, your business will save up to 70% on expedited shipping and returns. Plus, as a Calgary-based business, you can access rates as low as $3.50 for lightweight local packages. It's time to shop Canadian, ship Canadian. Learn more about our best rates at canadapost.ca/shipcanadian.
TFAC, Sportsnet 960 The Fan, broadcasting from the Groundwork Studio in downtown Calgary, the official home of the Calgary Flames, a Rogers Sports and Media radio station. This is Calgary Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Let's go.
Welcome back inside the Scotiabank Saddledome, where after 40 minutes of play, the Calgary Hitmen are trailing the Medicine Hat Tigers by a 2-1 score. Hitmen being outshot by a 20-18 mark as the Tigers get a late one the end of the first period, and that proves to be the go-ahead goal as we sit here right now. My name is Matt Rose. I'm your host for Hitmen Hockey. Brad Curl and Jeff Hollick will have the call of period number 3 in under 5 minutes' time. Let's get to our scoring summary. Calgary Hitmen and Tigers played a very even first period. The Tigers would outshoot the Hitmen 9-8, but none of the shots would find the back of the net. Anders Miller made an unbelievable stop on Wu, the defender for the Tigers, the younger brother of Jet Wu, Jonas Wu, as he was found by Gavin McKenna over on this near side dot. And Miller pushed over and made an outstanding save, kept it scoreless early on, and it remained that way until we hit the first intermission. In the second period, though, the Tigers would score just a couple of minutes into the frame.
Tigers get a shot here. They score! A bouncing puck finds the stick of Ethan Newtons, and the pride of Cochrane, Alberta has opened the scoring. It's 1-0 Medicine Hat.
Yeah, a shot from the point gets blocked, and it ends up right on the stick of Ethan Newtons. He's able to fire that one home past Anders Miller, who wasn't completely set following the initial shot. 5th goal of the season for Newtons. The only assist went to the defenseman, Josh Van Mulligan. Came a minute and 59 seconds into period number 2. The Calgary Hitmen continued to press, though, a little bit later. The Hitmen and the Tigers were playing a little bit of 4-on-4, and the Hitmen would end up with a breakaway.
Hertzig stretch pass. He's got Ben Kindle away. Partial breakaway. Pickford tracking Kindle. Sends him off shot. Scores! 99 points for Ben Kindle. It's tied the game. Hitmen won. Tigers won here in the second.
That's 35 goals on the season for Ben Kindle, and as you heard Brad Curl in the call, 99 points on the season, trying to get that elusive 100th before the regular season comes to an end. The Flames prospect Axel Hertig with a great stretch pass to send Kindle in late in a shift. That came at 8:25 to give this game a 1-1 tie. Unfortunately for the Hitmen, a breakdown very late in the frame would lead to the go-ahead goal.
St. Martin out of center. Here comes Weisblatt. He's twisting, he's turning, he flips one back on the scene. St. Martin, high slot, McKenna, touch it up, Molendyke scores! Tanner Molendyke. And the Medicine Hat Tigers back in front. It's 2-1 with under a minute to go in the second.
Yeah, turnover in the neutral zone ends up in a tic-tac-toe play for that top unit of the Medicine Hat Tigers. Tanner Molendyke, the Nashville Predators first-round pick back in 2023, is able to get his 9th of the season. Gavin McKenna, Hunter St. Martin, and Oasis Weisblatt, that dangerous top unit for the Tigers, with some nice setup to create the shooting lane for Molendyke, and he's able to beat Anders Miller clean. 9 goals now on the season, and as you heard, 19:02 is when that one is able to sneak past the netminder for the Hitmen. McKenna and St. Martin end up with the assist, so it's a 2-1 game after 40 minutes of play. The Calgary Hitmen are trailing on the shot clock by a 20-18 count, as the officials have returned to the ice for the third period. A reminder that this game means a ton. The winner, regulation or otherwise, will be the first seed in the Eastern Conference. The winner will go on to face the Swift Current Broncos in a 1-versus-8 matchup in the opening round. The loser of tonight's game will end up taking on the Saskatoon Blades in a 3-versus-6 matchup. Keep in mind that if both these teams make it through the first round, the playoffs will be reseeded, so they will move to be the first and second seeds. But for the purpose of the first round, it will be the Prince Albert Raiders who are the second seed as the leaders of the Eastern Division. So 20 minutes to go. The Hitmen down by 1, trying to tie this game up. We'll see if Calgary can get it done. They've had a lot of trouble with the Tigers so far this year, but a huge opportunity to take one win on your way out of the regular season and capture the crown of the Eastern Conference. Brad Curl and Jeff Hollick have the call of the third frame.
Thank you very much, Matt Rose. Yeah, Jeff, it really boils down to win a period and win a conference and win a division title, doesn't it?
Yeah, can't ask for anything better than this. A one-goal game going into the third period. Tigers have been great in third periods. Calgary usually are leading or at least tied going to third periods most of the games this year, so unfamiliar territory. So going to see the urgency from both clubs here now.
fresh ice. Calgary guards the net to our right with Anders Miller. Harrison Mennigan and the Tigers to our left as we get set for the third. It is now underway. Tigers have the first touch. Mollendijk drifting the puck into the Calgary zone. Minio plays it right side. Caleb Parker trying to outlet. Found Kindle at center. Touch it to Tulk, but it's picked off by St. Martin, who drives it in. Not deep. Parker on it for Calgary. Around behind his net. Minio on the left side of the ice. Looking for options up. Everybody covered now. Will snap it to center. Off of Howe into the Medicine Hat zone, and Mollendijk will go get it. In the right corner, Ben Kindle bodies him off, trying to work it in front. Intercepted by Oasis. Weisblatt has an assist tonight. Found McKenna on the left wing. Stretch pass for St. Martin. Too far ahead. He'll go hunting for it. He's got it behind the Hitman net. Center pass. Misses McKenna. Pickford at the line. Held it. Looking for St. Martin. Stripped away by Kindle. Who will float it to neutral ice. Bouncing puck. Medicine at blue line. Pickford up the right side. Weisblatt navigates his way into the Calgary zone. Leaned on by Hurtig. That allows Parker to take over. Trying to play it out the right side. Kindle had fallen down, so we had to sauce it down the ice, and Mennigan will come out to play it. Up the left corner, Pickford, middle of the rink now. Turning back is Pacheco, hard pass to Wu. A nice job to handle it. It was a bit of a grenade, and there were two hitmen right beside him, and he copped it up. He didn't. He found Ritchie. He'll go left side of the ice, and here comes Pacheco. Up the ice with Ward, 2-on-2 into the Calgary zone. They cross over and get crossed up. Calgary takes it away, but Yakemchuk can't clear. Tigers, Ritchie can't find it. Ward does. Blue line now. Here's Mahonen. Playing it off right side. Newton's a shot. That doesn't get through. End up on the right circle now. Ritchie. Leaned on by Adazinski. Got it to the line. Van Mulligan can't hold it. Carson Birdie's got a partial break for Calgary. Hustling back is Mahonen, who plays him off in behind the net. And the puck will be taken by Van Mulligan. Tiger defenseman floats it ahead and out to center. Hunter Ora arrives for the Hitmen. Left side of Dax Williams. Nearing the 2-minute mark of the third period, 2-1 Medicine Hat. They outshot Calgary 20-18, and in they come. Here comes Newton's up the left wing. Swing one back. He's got Volotovsky. Turn shot, kicks it. Miller on the short side with the right leg. Rebound Moore in that right corner for Calgary. He'll leave it for his defense. It is Williams out from behind the net, working to center. Korzinski leaned on by Vysen, and you hear the linesman yell, no! That means Vysen played the body instead of the puck, so it's waved off. Calgary up to try and get it back, and they do. Moore to the line. Minio, the shot deflected on! Save Mennigan, rebound! How can't get it? He ends up getting knocked down, and Mennigan has possession for a whistle.
Well, simple things. Calgary wins the race for the puck in the Tiger zone. Go blue line. Minio doesn't have a lot of options. He was thinking of going across the line, but then he shoots it, deflected by Howe. Right in there, and then the rebound was there for a sec as well. So great job by Minio and Howe connecting, and just couldn't finish off the loose puck in the crease.
Shots now 2-1 Calgary here in this third. Down by a goal. 50-50 online at hitmanhockey.com. Now over $111,000. That is life-changing. You get half that. Go to hitmanhockey.com to secure your ticket now and support Calgary Hitmen Foundation. Face-off left of Harrison Mennigan. Kindle wins it to the blue line. Caleb Parker shooting. It'll be gloved by Mennigan. Not sure it was going to hit the net.
Yeah, it looked like that one was going wide, Brad, but goaltender Mennigan not screened, saw it all the way. Face-off wins as of now, 25 for Calgary, 20 for Medicine Hat, so pretty close. So obviously in a one-goal game, that's another factor going down the stretch here.
Just like everything else. Standing scoreboard, shot clock, face-offs. Pretty much the epitome of each other. Calgary off the draw, got a shot. Mennigan save, rebound, and Howe unable to go through his legs to tuck in that rebound. Now the Tigers break away. McKenna's got a chance to the net. He scores! Gavin McKenna pokes it through the legs of a poke-checking Anders Miller, and it's 3-1 Tigers.
Calgary so close to tying the game. Then it's a race for the puck through the neutral zone, and Miller, he goes for the poke check, and McKenna pokes the puck at the same time. As a result, the legs of Miller are wide open. So Miller gambling on that play, just beaten to it by McKenna, and McKenna extends his point streak to 40 straight games to make it 3-1.
You hear a roar down below because the Tiger fans have traveled well. Almost an entire section to our right in the Calgary zone is decorated in orange, white, and black. They appreciate the 2-goal lead.
Scored by number 72, Gavin McKenna, unassisted. Coming to goal, 2 minutes, 36 seconds. McKenna, 40th of the year, unassisted at 2:36.
So as you alluded to, Jeff, Calgary a chance to tie it. Come up empty-handed, and McKenna makes it 3-1. Hitmen in their own zone. Here's Rylan Ing trying to get out and across the line, not much further. Now Ethan Murner has it, and he'll finish the job, getting it deep. Medicine Hat to go get it. Eddie Vysanen. Hamza breaks in behind his own net. Vaisinen looking for options. The Utah Hockey Club prospect up the left side. It'll be chipped in by the Tigers. Miller out of the Calgary goal. Left corner now. Axel Hertig to Carson Bernie trying to back it up. Liam Ruck was there, but Adazinski got it back. Headman pass for Wedge in over the line. Leaned on. And the puck will be taken by the Tigers. And it'll be Gordon Carroll who gets to center ice. No further than the penalty box doors, though. Adazinski for Calgary. Shoved over by Van Mulligan, who takes the puck from Edison and he'll back it up for Vaisinen. Make that Mahonen now on the left side. They'll bring it to center ice. Vaisinen wears 23. Mahonen wears 25. And with those clawed up numbers they have, they look similar from up top. So I've messed that up a couple of times. My apologies. Tigers trying to come in with it. And they're both left shot defensemen who don't tape their stick the same. They both have black and white combinations of tape down there. I'm looking for some kind of difference to jump out at me. Here comes Wu now, attacking for Medicine at off the right circle, waggling down low. They'll go behind the Calgary net, bank pass to the blue line. Whoops, there's nobody there. And all the way down it goes. Mennigan out of the net, gotta be careful, dancing around the trapezoid. Close to playing it outside. Puck now to center, McKenna looking for Weisblatt, intercepted by Tanner Howe. Stretch pass has Kindle to the middle of Tolk. Couldn't take the pass though, as it left circle, leaned on by Weisblatt, fed Minio. Then a shot goes wide of the goal. Kindle on a rebound, dug it out of the corner to Parker at the line, down low. Howe couldn't find it. Tolk looking for it, fed the blue line. Sawyer Minio poised and ready to shoot. He'll pass, Tolk left circle, in front. Oh, but Parker took it below the goal line, now in front of the shot. And Tolk let it go, but it knuckled over the net. Howe's got it back to the blue line. Sawyer Minio looking dangerous, shooting. Pad save made by Mennigan. Tolk was knocked over by Weisblatt away from the puck, and Weisblatt now has it. He's pieced by Kindle. Turn it over. How the shot! And Mennigan got a piece of that with a glove. Parker to keep it in. He's got Tolk in the right circle. High slot, Minio shooting! And the save made by Mennigan. Kindle does a skate by and now gets dragged around by a couple of Tigers who didn't like that.
Well, top line against top line, and what scoring chances Calgary get out of that. The most dangerous one was Tolk. He was open in the middle slot, waiting for a corner feed, and it was there, but it just hopped over his stick. That would have been the one that you would want. Minio has been so evasive along the blue line, getting shots through, then trying some backdoor passes. Calgary, just outstanding scoring chances here in the third, but they trail by 2 somehow.
Yeah, trying to get in a one-goal game. They've outshot the Tigers 24-22 in the game, but you mentioned down 3-1 on the scoreboard. Hitman get a draw in front of the pass. Missing more on the paint of a setup from Connor Vidston. Loose puck Tigers. Newton's trying to shovel it out. Gorzinski held it in momentarily. Now to center it comes. And it's more for Calgary. Up the right side, Vidston picked off. Tigers are going to bring it up the left side. Tanner Molendyke looking to the slot. Blocked off by Hunter Ora. He's in behind his net. Ora, bank pass on the boards to center to Gorzinski. Knocked over, following up Vidston. Trying to play it Anna Moore, but Molendyke broke it up. Stick check by Vidston. To the corner it goes. Hitman get it back. Ethan Moore. Cross check, leaned on, shoved over by the rugged defenseman Vaisinen. Giving him the business. And that puck comes to center ice. Moore back on his skates. Trying to play it by the aggressive Vaisinen, but it goes off the stick and out of play. And Veti Vaisinen, like he's fighting for your lunch money down there. He's all over top of Ethan Moore.
Right off the faceoff, Calgary a scoring chance. The puck is at the hash mark boards, and they go right to the crease, and Moore is there. And the way things have been going with 6 goals in his last 4 games, you'd think that's going to go in, but somehow it was right by him. Frustrated going off the ice there, bangs his stick on the ice. It was that close to having another goal for Calgary.
Yeah, Vidston threw him a bullet pass and he didn't have his stick down. Off the draw, Hitman Yakemchuk ahead with it. Shot blocked by Mahonen, loose in the slot. Tigers collapse and send it out to center. Axel Hertig there for Calgary. Ryder Ritchie on him. Hertig spun it by him. Found Rylaning, who will slide it in deep. Tigers go get the puck. Mahonen behind his net. Reversal right corner, comes up the wall. And there's Ryder Ritchie fighting the puck, trying to get it up. Murner held it in. Picked off by Medicine Hat.
Oh.
And knocked over is the defenseman Van Mulligan, but we've got a referee arm up, Jeff. There's a penalty call
Yeah, it's
coming.
a delay of game. He shot that puck right out of play, so after this break, Calgary will have a power play for the 3rd time today.
Trying to get within 1. It's Hitmen Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. I guess we'll stay with you. Our coverage of the Western Hockey League and the Calgary Hitmen of the Medicine Hat Tigers continues on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Also on Sunday night in the Dub, free on WHL Live and on YouTube TV. Victory Plus is coming come playoff time, where that subscription to the streaming service will be free. No one will pay anything. You'll get a chance to follow it all in the WHL postseason, brought to you by Nutrien.
Yeah, my four favorite 4-letter word right there, free. I love that one. So the penalty will go to Van Mulligan, delay of game. The group up here has noticed that 20 Hansen has not had a shift, I believe, in this period for Calgary. So I'm just trying to see on the bench if he's missing or not. So we'll check on that. Calgary's power play 0-for-2. One of the early runs was also on a delay of game penalty. So big chance here for Calgary. The power play has been better of late, still ranked 17th, but it's getting a goal here or there, and sometimes it's not how many, it's when you get them, and this was a big moment here for Calgary.
Well, can they strike and make this a one-goal game? We will find out. As Oliver Tulk, Carson Wetch, Connor Vincent, Carter Yakemchuk, and Ben Kindle get the assignment. Tiger penalty killers will be led here by Matthew Ward. We'll take this face-off against Tulk to the catching left of Mennigan. Sticks her down. Tulk wins the draw to the line. Yakemchuk shooting. His stick blows up. That's the second time today Yakemchuk has had his stick just fall apart in his hands. Tulk gets the puck in the blue line, though. He'll waggle away from a slash of Ward. Bring it in. Play it over to Kindle. Shot. That's wide from the left circle. Back to the line. Yakemchuk with a new stick. Half wall Tulk. Blue line pass. Kindle on the backhand. Has to be careful. Got it away from St. Martin to Yakemchuk over to Tulk, but it went right by him. We'll get it again, download of Vincent, but it's taken away and cleared by Tanner Molendyke. 2
broken sticks by Yakemchuk, both on one-timers on the power play.
Yakemchuk hoping that this third stick will hold up in the game's biggest moments. Hitmen need a goal here, down by 2 with 13:06 to go. Tulk over the line, trying to get a shot away. He gets tangled up and taken down. The Tigers the puck, and they'll ice it. Anders Miller out of the goal, quick up left side. Ben Kindle, teammates are changing. He'll stretch it ahead for Wetch. Nearly had him on the breakaway. It'll go down low. Wetch shoves with Wu. Loose puck, Medicine Hat. Olatovsky trying to back it up to Wu. It was blocked. Pacheco now to Wu behind his net. Leaned on by the checking Ethan Moore. Wetch in as well. Tigers play the line, but held in beautifully by Parker. He'll skate it across up top, right to left. Now back to Kindle to his left. Kindle again up top. Parker at the line. Left side, Kindle. Down low, they've got Ethan Moore in the left circle. He'll dance out to the dot, now fed it high. He's got Parker at the line, but no shot. Left circle, Kindle a shot. Fanned on, loose Tigers, but not out. Held in by Caleb Parker. He'll try a shot, deflected, but wide of the net. Rebound corner play, nudged up by Medicine. Had a chance to play it out, and it's slammed away by Pacheco.
Tigers guilty of not clearing it twice when they had easy chances. Calgary failing to get a great shot, though.
Miller, the puck-moving goaltender, nicely ahead to Gorzinski, who got it deep, but taken away by Medicine Hat and cleared again. 13 seconds on the 5-on-4.
Huge penalty kill by the Tigers. They took the passing lanes away. It just didn't look like Calgary was looking for a cross-ice pass or a backdoor play. That was all denied.
Time served. Van Mulligan, door opens. He returns. Calgary dumps the puck in 5-on-5. Go to work side of the net. Adazinski behind the goal. Locked up. Loose puck, Medicine Hat. They'll play it to the slot in their own zone. Hopped over the stick of the intended receiver. And now on it is Bisonen, who will send an aerial to center. Need back in by Rylanding, but Bisonen has it again. Left side, Molendyke out through center. Pass missing Weisblatt, but deflects to McKenna. Tripped away by Carson Burney. He spots Ing, who will flip it into Medicine Hat territory. Pickford to his right to Wu. He'll play it softly to center. Axel Hertig gobbles it up for the Hitmen. Finds Yakemchuk. Now ahead of Adazinski. In over the line, 3-on-3. Adazinski wide on. Pickford fell as he jammed the brakes, and the Tigers' McKenna will turn it back against the crowd of the Hitmen jerseys. Bebopping his way in, around behind his net. Got cute with it, lost it to Wetch. He's centered, here's Burney! Couldn't get the corralled puck for a backhand chance. Now McKenna circling again and is this time neutralized. Got it ahead, Pickford can't get it in deep. Calgary takes over, Yakemchuk in his own zone. Medicine at 3, Hitmen 1, 10:45 remains in the third. To the winner, the Central Division and the Eastern Conference banner. Up the ice comes Calgary. Vincent shot, kicks it, rebound, and fired by Murner, but got tipped up high. Mennigan booted that right into danger, but he got away with it. Puck in behind the Medicine Hat goal. Here's Wu. Got some help from Olatovsky, not out. Or a screen shot deflect, just wide of the Medicine Hat goal. Throw everything in the net now. Hunter Ora so good at that. Eyes up, always getting something dangerous towards the opposition goal. Tigers to center, and they'll dump it in Newton's. Medicine Hat needs a shift here. They've been leaned on for the last 5 minutes or so. Pacheco dumping the puck in the Calgary zone, and Hunter Ora is on the scene. Officially midway through the third. Medicine Hat 3, Calgary 1. Hitman tag for icing here on a play through center that misses Howe.
Wow, another great scoring chance for Calgary. It was the original save by Mennigan that wasn't too hard, but the big rebound was there, and Murner, a bang play. Looked like he had room, but just fired it right on the goaltender. Or maybe a reaching stick got in the way of that one. Oh, it was in a great place for Calgary right there. Calgary down to 11 forwards. Hansen not on the bench here for the third period for the Calgary Hitmen.
Face-off blocker right of Anders Miller. Draw goes to Medicine Hat. Here's a shot from Ritchie. Pad save Miller. Rebound Aura behind his net. Around the left side to Howe. Leaned on by Bison, and the puck will come to center. Ryder Ritchie fading back in the Medicine Hat zone, wearing jersey 21. Snap it to center. It'll be touched off there by Ward to the wing. Pacheco, who slides it in. Calgary back defensively. Williams nudges it around beautifully to a wide open Aura. He'll dish to Tulk. Headman to Howe, and busting to center come the Hitmen. Back over to Tulk direction. Chopped away by the Tigers. Hitmen reset. Parker, left side, Minio slams it in deep. It skirts around the backboards, comes to Weisblad on the left side of the ice for Medicine Hat. Into the slot, weaves away from the checking Kindle, and delivers a pass to center. Perfect, ahead to Ritchie. Dropped it off, McKenna, right side, Weisblad, but spinning. It never got to him. And Calgary's Ben Kindle will bring it ahead for the Hitmen. Now to the trailing Parker. 10 goals on the year, but his pass doesn't find Gorzinski. Tigers stretch the other way, and here comes St. Martin. Dropped it to Weisblad on a 2-on-3 zone entry for the trailing McKenna. Hops away from him, and Ethan Moore will go to center. Gets by a flat-footed defenseman, Mahone, and it's a 2-on-2. Pass across, block. Now doorstep Gorzinski. Stopped by Menigan. Rebound, Adazinski. Scores! David Adazinski! And the Hitmen within one. They trail at 3-2.
Strange one there as it came off a simple play. Calgary from a sharp angle shoot it on net, but nobody from either club knows where the puck is. It goes high in the air, and all of a sudden it lands in the middle low slot area to a wide open Adazinski, and with everyone looking to their left, Adazinski has the puck to shoot at an open side of the net. That puck is 10-15 feet in the air. Goaltender looking to his left, Brad. The puck was in front of his net. Adazinski's got him within one.
Now Menigan was convinced this was behind the net. It was not. David Adazinski in full playoff form, has the big beard growing already. 9th of the year. And Calgary, a big answer on the McKenna goal to make it 3-1. Cuts it back to a single goal game, and now we get some conversation at the Tigers bench. Willie Desjardins, longtime head coach, general manager. He says, okay. Heard what the officials had to say. I'm all good with it. I'm good with it.
The net was moving, Brad. The backhand came up, but it stayed on its pegs. I'm not sure if that was the discussion, if they were going to whistle play dead, but no replay, nothing going on. 3-2, Medicine Hat, 8:48 to go.
Draw at center goes away the Tigers.
His 9th of the year, scored by number 17, David Adazinski. Assist to number 38, Brandon Gorzinski, and to number 18, Ethan Moore. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 12 seconds. Adazinski, 9th of the year from Gorzinski and Moore at 11:12.
That's a play that started through the neutral zone. Remember, Moore was battling through players just to get it in deep, that grinding hockey that you need to do this time of year. Calgary's done a good job of that here in the third. 10 shots on goal.
Excellent hockey game so far. Two teams that won it for the division and the conference lead. It's a 1-goal game with 8.5 left in regulation. Tigers dump in. Miller out of the Calgary goal. They'll put it back from where it came. Popped over the stick of Bernie. Wu tried to hold the line. He did. Say the line's person. It'll go across the ice. Ora's chance to clear. Newton's held it in momentarily. Now pops out. Caden McCann shoot in off a body. Goes to Calgary. Williams trying to find a teammate, Bernie. He's bumped in front of the penalty box. Loose puck bouncing around down there. Tigers, Ritchie will bring it in. Ryder Ritchie lost it in his paraphernalia. Puck will come to the line. Pacheco held it in, but he ripped it into the seats. And look out, there's a plethora of Tiger fans down there that may have just given the wake-up call by one of their favorite players. And hopefully that fan wearing a Tigers jersey is okay. May have clipped them up around the shoulder. Yikes.
Matt Rose saying that Wetch, after blocking that shot, has gone down the tunnel as well, Brad. So that's 2 forwards unavailable as of right now. Tonight's attendance 65-67, and a good handful from Medicine Hat. They've got one end of the rink pretty well, all black and orange.
Great attendance here on the WHL regular season finale for both the Hitmen and the Tigers. 3-2 Medicine Hat trying to steer this baby home and claim the division title. Calgary trying to cue an epic comeback. Here's Howe working right corner. Tigers play it away. It'll be worked out of the zone by Molendyke into center ice, weaving his way to the Calgary line, but bottled up is Ward. Other way goes Calgary on the turnover. Yakemchuk ahead with Howe and Tulk. 3-on-2. Yakemchuk slot shot. Kick save Menigan. Rebound. Covered. And then we get a bunch of bodies that get launched around after the whistle.
Well, Carter Yakemchuk's one of those game breakers for the Calgary Hitmen. When you're down by a goal, him and Minnie will be the guys that you would expect to jump up and join the rush. That one, not sure how that didn't go in. It was a screenshot, changed direction, and on his knees, goalie made the save, and now they're calling a penalty to Yakemchuk here. Second one today after a whistle.
Indeed, that is the call. So the Medicine Hat Tigers will get their first power play of this hockey game. And a kill that the Hitmen desperately need, but an insurance opportunity for the Tigers should they score.
Tigers power play ranked 4th, led by Weisblad, who has 11.
Off the draw, Hitmen went into the backboards. Dax Williams there, Weisblad on him, but he spun it by and found a teammate, and Gorzinski from Scottsdale, Arizona, sends the Tigers back into their own zone on the reset. Pickford up the right side, missing the passes. Mollendijk, whoops, that's an icing call against Medicine Hat.
Yeah, Yakemchuk with that scoring chance, and he did something after the whistle, Brad. I apologize, I didn't see that one. Power plays for Medicine Hat this year, 9 for 27 against Calgary, so 33%. That's pretty good. Only one here today so far.
Offensive zone. Face off for the Hitmen. A man down here, but the Tigers win it in the D zone, and Gavin McKenna will bring it up the ice. They'll look for options, dump the puck into the Calgary zone. A recovery expedition for Bryce Pickford. He's tied up, loose puck goes to the Tigers. Trying to work it was Liam Ruck to McKenna, disrupted by Calgary. Pickford in to help out. Normally a defenseman works the left corner. Hertig all over top of him. Loose puck dug out by McKenna. Blue line, it's Weisblad, right side, shooting Mollendijk, and a save made by Miller. He was ready for that one. So is Mollendijk, as he one-timed that as quick as humanly possible.
Yeah, that's what Minio does for the Calgary Hitmen. Right circle one-timer. His stick was in the air. Weisblad fed him perfectly.
Here comes Pickford now in center ice. What a year he has had as a defenseman. Into the Calgary zone. He's at 20 goals. Calgary able to steal it, though, and Ora will snap it down the ice. Hitmen, should they kill this off, they'll have about 5 minutes and change left to try and tie it. 3-2 Medicine Hat with 6:15 to go in the third. Tigers at center denied zone entry. They'll try again. Mollendijk left side, snap in, fanned on, but it dribbles in behind the Calgary goal. Miller out to play it. Around the boards. Medicine Hat trying to get it back. Gavin McKenna, right circle pass. Worked backwards to the line. Wu can't control it on that hard pass from St. Martin. They'll reset. Jonas Wu to bring it in again. Jamming the brakes in the Calgary zone. Smothered to the boards by Bernie. The puck gets out. And 25 seconds left in the Tiger power play. McKenna at his own line. Right side now to Ryder Ritchie. Center ice, he'll walk his way into the Calgary zone, protecting the puck beautifully. Dance to his left, give to Weisblad. Back down to Ritchie. Sauced into the line. Wu, and a bounce off his skates. And it's slammed down the ice by Carson Purney.
Some of those guys for the Tigers stayed out for the full 2 minutes. 5 seconds left in the Yakemchuk penalty. Carson Wetch is back on the Calgary bench as the Hitmen go back to full strength here.
5:25 left in regulation. Tigers coming in. Bolotowski's pass misses everybody. Kept alive though by Ryder Ritchie. Now to Ward, slot play. McKenna on down. Little pass off the mark. Bolotowski was there. McKenna will now go change. Matthew Ward back pass, turns it over to the Hitmen, and Kindle will go right side of Connor Vincent at center. He'll dive the puck deep into the Tigers zone. Defense on top of it. Bison in there. Kindle forces him to turn it over. But able to get it back is Ward for Medicine Hat. Left side, Mistra Bolotowski, the Calgary native, will flush it to center. Kalen Parker chops it ahead. Wide open is Connor Vincent at the Tiger bench. Head down, buries it in. Rattles around, comes out the left side. Kindle there, but the Tiger defenseman Mulligan will back it up for Bison. He'll play it out the right side. Picked off Adazinski slot. Kindle robbed by Mennigan. On a left pad, stop there by the Tampa Bay Lightning prospect. Prepares the Tigers to keep this lead. For now, Calgary trying to still find the equalizer. Yakemchuk shot is high and wide. Rebound, Howe spun it to the paint. They can't find it. It'll be cleared away by Vicenen. Not enough for icing though, Jeff.
Calgary's forecheck forcing the Tigers into mistakes. That was a turnover created by Adazinski, but Mennigan saved the day.
Yakemchuk ahead now to Adazinski. He'll dive his way in. Stood up by Weisblad. Lost the puck in the process, and Pickford has it for Medicine Hat. Behind the net now, it'll be Mollendijk. Take a hit though. And got it out to center ice as Carson Wetch has returned to the game, finishing that check. Went for a walk down the hallway, as you mentioned, after he blocked the shot. He's up now, forechecking. Tigers get the puck out. St. Martin can't find it at center. Ethan Moore will drive it in. Wanted to anyway, got a piece of it. Tigers go get it. Here's Mollendijk behind the net now to Pickford. 3:45 on the clock here in the third. It's the Tigers 3, the Hitmen 2. For the division and the conference on this, the final day of the regular season. Tigers coming in. Gavin McKenna looking to the slot to Weisblad. Tied up off the bench is Wu. Right side, McKenna. Shot, scores! Gavin McKenna's got a 2-goal third period, and the Medicine Hat Tigers have a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, Calgary scrambling in their own zone. The puck was near the blue line and kept in there, and McKenna's wide open at the right circle as he takes that pass, backhand to forehand. Miller out to challenge, but went down a little early, and against a guy like McKenna, he'll pick those corners against the best of them, and he had a lot of room there. Tigers with 2 goals from their top point getter McKenna here in the third period, lead by 2.
So if you wondered if McKenna would get to 40, came into the night with 39. Oh yeah, he got 40 and now 41, and the 41st might be the one that seals the division and the conference title for Medicine Hat. 3:26 left. Medicine Hat leads by 2.
Season score by number 72, Gavin McKenna. Assist to number 18, Jonas Wu. Coming to the goal, 16 minutes, 31 seconds. McKenna.
Calgary coming up. Here's Tulk off the left circle shot. Mennigan the chest save. He'll hold on. Kindle then gets cross-checked right in the chest. And we'll see if Medicine Hat will get one of these after the whistle penalties. Carter Yakemchuk has been assessed 2 of them in this game. We'll see. And Oliver Tulk backing away, shrugging his shoulders, saying, "You've called it on us twice. Is there one to Medicine Hat here?" The official says no.
Both teams have timeouts to use, Brad, with 3:11 to go here in the third period.
Marketing timeout right now, so a rest for both clubs. Medicine Hat 4, Calgary 2. On your home of Hitmen hockey, it's Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
With Budget 2030, Alberta's government is meeting the challenges facing Calgary through
what was the time of that goal?
Including 49 school projects, expanding capacity
and
at the
Wu
Children's
the only
Hospital,
assist,
yeah, I thought it was
investing
18.
in the
I'm getting those
LRT Airport Connector, Deerfoot Trail expansion, and the Calgary
16 and 18 have confused me twice here today.
As
So
major
it is
building
18.
projects at U Calgary and State.
And McKenna's first goal came at what
meeting
time?
The challenge. For the full
2:36.
details,
Sorry?
visit
2:36.
alberta.ca/budget. A message from the government of Alberta.
Spence
That was
pays
unassisted.
cash instead of asking for credit. So we get first pick of the freshly cut diamonds. We also get better prices. This is why our diamonds sparkle brighter and cost less. A gorgeous half-carat round natural diamond is just $3,500. Natural diamonds are organic, just like the birds, the bees, flowers.
Thank
Have you been thinking about the birds and the bees? Natural diamonds are exotic, rare, and beautiful. Just like she is.
Spence. Across from
See if the goalie stays here.
This is Calgary Hitmen hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Let's go.
Calgary 5 skaters, and the goalie is near the bench for Calgary. He's coming off. 6 skaters for Calgary. 3:11 down by 2. Brad, it's all yours here as Calgary almost tied it when it was 3-2 on the Kindle shot. McKenna's got him up by 2 again.
Trying to get within a goal. 6-on-5. Offensive zone draw. Tanner Howe against the Tigers. Oasis Weisblatt. Weisblatt lays on top of Howe, just pins him right down. Play continues. And the Tigers get it out the center. Carter Yakemchuk arrives on the scene. Wants to bring it in. Swam by Weisblatt. Lost the puck. Empty net bid. They score! The Medicine Hat Tigers hit the cage from 180 feet away. And I believe it's Veti Väisänen. Indeed it is. And with 2:57 to go, it's 5-2 Medicine Hat.
Yeah, 3 minutes to go. Calgary pulled their goaltender. Nearly don't really have control of the puck at all inside the Medicine Hat zone. And Medicine Hat with a 2-goal lead. They can aim for the empty net. If it's an icing call, it's not the end of the world, obviously, as opposed to a 1-goal deficit. But he hit the middle of the net from 175 feet away. And the Tigers now with a 5-2 lead.
Talked about the scoring touch of the Tiger defense. Väisänen says, "Hey, look at me."
Yes.
By number 23, Veti Väisänen, unassisted. Come to goal, 17 minutes, 3 seconds. Väisänen, 4th of the year, unassisted at 17:03.
So 14 seconds after Calgary pulls the goaltender for the extra skater, the Tigers hit the empty net.
Again, when the game was a 1-goal game, Calgary had 2 great chances to score. The best one, Kindle in the middle slot on a behind-the-net feed by Adazinski, and a left pad save by Mennigan. That might have won them the game right there, as Calgary sees Medicine Hat scored 2 quick goals after that. So the chances were there. The Tigers on their way to beating Calgary for the 7th time this year in 8 meetings.
Usually when the Hitmen lose, the opposition goaltender is a star,
Yes.
and Harrison Mennigan has been that here today. He has stopped 30 of 32. It's the reason why they went out and pulled that trigger with Lethbridge. Many surprised the Hurricanes would give up a caliber of Harrison Mennigan, but Medicine Hat more than happy to bring him in, and for reasons like this. Big game goaltender. Off the draw, Tigers will flush the puck down the ice. Anders Miller is returned into the Calgary net. There's Yakemchuk back defensively, bodies off Hunter St. Martin. And now works the puck to center. McKenna the intercept, they'll dump it right back in. Tigers want to prevent the Hitmen from getting anything up the ice here and getting the goalie out for another extra attacker, but Miller wants to head off, and now as Tulk hits Minio into the offensive zone, there goes Miller, puck to the slot, Howe shot, kick save, and a toe beauty there from Mennigan. Goalie out again, Calgary down by 3, why not? Press for it. Kindle works the left wing wall, trying to spin away from Pickford, got it to the line, Yakemchuk right side, shot Minio, fanned on, to the corner it goes, Wetch bottled up, it'll be Weisblatt for Medicine Hat, wants to hug it in the corner, kill some time. 1:49 on the clock. Wetch in there, Howe in there, Kindle for Calgary, but Weisblatt has it sealed. It's like he's picked up the puck and put it in his pocket. It will not come free. The official patiently letting the clock wind on. And Weisblatt, as he sewed it into his equipment, where is it? Now it comes out. Yakemchuk, right circle, here's Minio. Oh, he couldn't shoot it. Fed it high, Yakemchuk. Leaned on, whack, whack, slash from St. Martin, not enough for a penalty, centered it off the pads, rebound, Howe! Couldn't get it through, I think it was blocked by Weisblatt. Now Minio, left circle Yakemchuk, on down to Kindle, front of the net, Tulk couldn't get a stick on it, and off the boards, it's out of the zone.
Again, the scoring chances have been there for Calgary, just can't beat Minnigan, his pads are solid, he's good with his legs.
Final 60 seconds now as the Calgary Hitmen are tagged for offside.
Yeah, the urgency was there for Calgary this entire period. They've outplayed, outchanced the Medicine Hat Tigers, but somehow the Tigers got a couple of goals. McKenna with one, obviously, then the empty netter, but not much separating these clubs. But all year long, the Tigers have found a way to beat the Calgary Hitmen. 7 of 8 have gone the Tigers' way. Probably most of them have been one-goal games in the third period. A couple have gone to overtime shootouts. Tigers had their number again here and on their way to winning a division title.
Calgary gets the draw, slam the puck in, they'll put Miller back in the net, skated 5 aside. Center pass misses, Hadazinski finds Orr at the line, his shot, now there goes Miller again for the third time. Calgary pulls the goalie. Final 40 seconds, Tigers wind it around, Connor Vidston for Calgary, right circle, shooting, Mennigan the save, and he'll push off the post to avoid it slipping through him, and now 2 Tigers go after Ethan Moore. One of them was Mahonen, the other one is Ward, and this one not going quietly into the night at all.
Medicine Hat's such a hard team to play against, Brad. Sometimes you get 20 shots on goal and maybe 3 scoring chances the whole night. That has not been the story here. So Calgary, at least knows they can compete with the Medicine Hat Tigers. The Tigers will just go, well, we'll beat you 7 of 8. We know what it takes to beat you as well. So a great game here tonight. Calgary elevated, so did Medicine Hat. Just one of those games where the Tigers are finding a way to win again.
No penalties in that skirmish. Face-off left of Mennigan. And a draw down, won by Medicine Hat. McKenna for the empty net. He sails it wide. Trying to find the hat trick was Gavin McKenna. Betty Vicenen will say, hey, Gavin, I'll show you how to hit empty nets. I'll teach you.
McKenna with 2 points is at 128. That's 4 back of Andrew Crystal, who will win the WHL scoring championship this year. He started with Kelowna, finishing with Spokane.
When you lead by 3, you can shoot pucks down the ice from your own zone. Kindle a face-off win shot here, and it's stopped by the goaltender, Mennigan. And we get a quick whistle, and the referee's got his arm up. We're calling penalties. They're going to be one aside here. And now Tanner Howe being corralled. Now Kindle getting a face wash. And now Yakemchuk and Pickford, I believe, are being separated by the 2 lines persons over there. Or is that Mahonen? It's Mahonen.
Been a physical game at times, Brad, but not very intense after whistles. So the referee whistled the play dead just when Medicine Hat were scrambling in their own zone. And something around the net. Tulk was tied up with a player. Calgary had the puck when the play was whistled down. But should be more than 1 penalty here, right?
I think so. Looked like 1 aside. Anders Miller's getting a conditioning skate down there. He's been pulled 3 times, and now he comes back into the net for Calgary. Roughing call. It's only 1, and it's only to the Hitmen. So the Medicine Hat Tigers are going to finish out this game unless they score on it, of course, on the power play.
And they're going to send out McKenna and the group here. McKenna trying to get a hat trick, right? So we'll see who else comes out now. He's waving him off.
Oliver Tulk gets the penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, McKenna will go sit down. And the Tigers will send out their 4th line. 27.2 seconds left. A bunch of the Tigers sitting up on the bench. You're not supposed to do that, but they can't help themselves. They're so excited. Now they sit down. Tigers get the puck side of the net, working in front. Pass from Gavin McKenna, looking for Newtons, will go out and down the ice. Why are they sitting on the top of their bench? Why are they so excited? Well, we're into the final 10 seconds. And for the first time in 7 years, since 2018, the Medicine Hat Tigers are Central Division champions as they defeat the Calgary Hitmen in a winner to the division title by a score of 5-2.
Well, we got a great game, right? That's what we expected. A lot on the line the last game of the year. So many times the last game of the year means nothing and star players are benched and it feels like a preseason game out there and you're just waiting for the playoffs to start. These teams laid it on the line. There were so many moments in this one where it looked like Calgary were going to tie it, maybe take the lead, but whenever the game was close, the Tigers found a way. And they were picked as the preseason favorites to win the championship, not only in the division or the conference, but the entire league, Brad. And they're going to go celebrate with some Tiger fans deep in the Calgary end of the rink. They waited for the Hitmen to lead, and now they go celebrate down there. So.
And they pound the glass with their hockey sticks, say thank you, traveling Tiger fans. Oliver Tulk stays out and is chatting with the referee about perhaps the penalty that he took or some of the other moments of the game. See a number of players down there. I believe that is Andrew Basha, who's on the bench. And he looks like he's got a sunburn right now because he's so red, he's so jacked up. Andrew Basha unable to play because of injury. The Flames' second-round pick in 2024. The Tigers are Central Division and Eastern Conference regular season champions. And if the Hitmen are going to get a chance at this team again, they're going to have to get all the way to the conference final. So too will Medicine Hat, as the top two teams in points square off to win it all, and the Tigers victorious tonight.
Well, for the Calgary Hitmen, they're going to play the Saskatoon Blades in a series that starts here on Friday. Medicine Hat will now play the Swift Current Broncos, who have played them well this year. That could be a high-scoring series. So everybody around the WHL can sit there and going, we know who's playing who. We can plan our lives. We know when we're getting on the bus. We know we're on the hotel those days. We know we have a home game here. Everything is finalized. Look, this is one of the toughest divisions we've had in the WHL, maybe since the three Saskatchewan teams there in 2018. How about this division, right? Lethbridge is in third place. They might win the division if they were in the East. They might win it in the BC division. They're in third place in this tough division. Even Edmonton was strong this year. So to win this division, a big